You've been asked a lot in this scenario about Anthony and Meyer, not because either necessarily profiles as a first baseman, but fans are excited to find a way to see them at the major league level. Tell us about that a little bit. When you've got two prospects who've shown so much promise, who have come so far at their positions, how difficult would it be to have them suddenly pick up a new position at the major league level?
Yeah, and I think that that excitement is merited based on the talent that they have and the impact that we believe they're going to have at the big league level. But it's a hard enough transition to go from the minor leagues to the big leagues and to try to learn a new position alongside that. I think it's a difficult ask. And both of those guys are good defenders at their positions as things currently stand. So we're really excited about what they're doing, and we're really excited about what we think they're capable of doing in the big leagues. But more than likely, that's going to come at the positions that they're familiar with.
Last segment, we were talking about Masataka Yoshida.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great fucking day. Today, we got the Red Sox playing the Rangers
Yeah, I think it's
at
it's
Fenway
frustrating for
Park in
Boston
Boston.
that
Game 37 on the year. The series opener. We're starting a little late today. We were supposed to start at 6:45, but some rain pushed us back a little bit. First pitch is now 7:15. That's all right. You know, nothing wrong with a little bit of waiting. You know, we waited all day for the game. Who cares if we got to wait 30 minutes? The problem is that I think that we're going to have more rain. I think we're going to have more rain, and we're going to have another delay a little bit later.
Is it too early in the season to be concerned about leads being
That's,
lost? Your closing has been great. What, 14-0?
my current
after 8 innings when you
concern.
have the lead, but the 6th, 7th, 8th inning has been a problem at times. Is that a major concern right now, or do you believe that's something that'll work itself out?
But hopefully,
You know, I think it will work.
hopefully we can get the full game in tonight. I'm feel pretty confident that we will, but you know, there's always a chance that we don't.
The execution or the lack of execution and how frequently we've been getting beat with.
But yeah, so first pitch is now 7:15. Was scheduled for 7:0 or 6:45. So pretty much it's just like the old start time. We used to start games at 7:10. But now it's 7:15. Not that bad, you know.
It becomes more emotional. It becomes more visible and more difficult to digest.
Judging from what Walker
But
Buehler
yeah,
said, sounds like maybe,
I do think we get
he's
some
got
more
to
rain
that
later.
it's
I don't
not
know if it'll be
as
enough to
concerned
delay
as
the
some of us thought
game,
it might have been when he was placed on the IL.
but
What's
we'll
the
just have
latest
to
on
wait
Buehler?
and see. We'll have to wait it
We're
out.
optimistic there. I think, you know, given where we are in the season, his history, it made sense to play this pretty conservatively. But based on everything we know, it should be.
But yes, so
out there soon.
All right, we'll finish with good news.
for the Texas Rangers, starting pitcher tonight is Nathan Eovaldi.
That was great, wasn't it?
He has a 2.11 ERA in 7 games played this year. Has 46 strikeouts and 42 2/3 innings pitched. For the Boston Red Sox, starting pitcher is Lucas Giolito. He played 1 game so far this year. He has a 4.50 ERA in 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. But a better sample size would be 2023, the last time he played before, you know, his first game last week. He played 21 games that year, had a 4.88 ERA, had 169 strikeouts and 184 1/3 innings pitched.
Let's see if we got another window. Here's the window. See, we are currently right in the middle of the window. Here's the beginning of the window. It came up. Now we're in the window. There it is, the window. But see, the problem is, you got that other end of the window. Window indicates that there's stuff on both sides. Window open, window closes. But see, now we're looking. Now I think we got. You know, I'm looking at the
Let's
stuff.
go ahead and put some curtains there.
Okay. You didn't fit a curtain.
Yep, it's curtain.
I think it's going to rain a little bit in a few minutes here, but I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Okay.
It's going to be a light rain. Here's what I got. Light rain. You're going to play through it, then it's going to clear up, and we're going to go.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good.
That's my prediction.
Hopefully.
For a full launch. Yeah.
Okay.
As predicted.
But yes, so starting lineup for the Texas Rangers, we got Josh Smith leading off at first base, Wyatt Langford batting second in left field, Corey Seager bats third at shortstop, Jock Peterson bats fourth at DH, Marcus Semien bats fifth at second base, Adolis Garcia bats sixth in right field, Evan Carter bats seventh in center field, Jonah Heim bats eighth from the catcher spot, and Josh Jung bats ninth from third base. Starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox: Sharon Duran leads off in left field. Rafael Devers bats second at DH. Alex Bregman bats third at third base. Christian Campbell, he's back. Or was he back the other day? Yeah, he was back on Sunday. But he's batting fourth from second base. Wilyer Abreu bats fifth from right field. Trevor Story bats sixth at shortstop. Abraham Toro is making his Red Sox debut at first base tonight. He has not played a game for the Red Sox this year. Or actually, no, he did. He had one AB the other day. So I guess this is not his Red Sox debut. But Carlos Narvaez bats 8th from the catcher spot, and Tadon Rafaela bats 9th from center field. Now, some pretty bad news. Tristan Casas, he is done for the year. He had a very, very bad injury Saturday during the game. A knee injury, a ruptured left patellar tendon, which is like pretty much the worst case scenario. He is out for the year. He probably will not be back until next May at the earliest, at the very earliest. But yeah, that's really unfortunate, tragic, heartbreaking. Damn, it really sucks. I love Casas. I'm not one of the Casas haters. I'm a Casas lover. I'm a Casas stan. But yeah.
Season 1.90. Opening day pitched brilliantly against the Red Sox. Left the game 2-2 after 6 innings. Red Sox tack on 3 runs. They win that one 5-2. Sounds like a recipe that they've seen go against them. Red Sox would like to get it on their side tonight.
Would love to.
All right, see how it goes. Don't forget Unobstructed Views coming up on NESN Plus. Baseball here on NESN. Red Sox and Rangers. Lucas Giolito ready to go. Enjoy the game.
It's all the same, business and baseball. The data gives you the framework in which to go out and compete. It's the hypotheticals. What happens if this is a line drive? What if it's a ball in the gap? You're doing all kinds of possibilities so that when it happens, you can make the right decision. Making those key decisions at key moments and then knowing the impact, that's the magic.
Sage AI-powered finance solutions are helping business leaders like Cal Ripken Jr. make smarter, faster decisions.
Ryan wants to get every new device that's smart. I'm wondering, how can the internet handle all of this?
We have Spectrum Internet. We use it for everything. Homework, remote work from home, doing research for trips.
Spectrum Internet allows us to do things faster and more conveniently.
I feel like that's a win-win for everybody.
Fast, reliable internet, starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Yep, getting ready to go in just a few minutes.
In a world of rising prices,
We will have more rain around 7:30 to 7:45, and that'll last for a bit. I don't know if it'll be hard rain, if we'll play through it, what the deal will be. I also have some severe weather in my area, so I hope we don't lose power. That'd be a real fucking shame.
on and off the road. From our U.S. factories to your driveway, since 1983.
Lindor, Swanson.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu has such a stacked lineup, it calls for a
Trade proposal.
Box s'mores for your mixing bowl mashup.
You got a deal.
trade up to the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu with new mixing bowl mashup plus fan favorite s'mores. Nothing says summer like baseball and our new Summer Blizzard menu.
You drive a hard bargain, kid.
Right now at DQ.
DQ, happy tastes good.
Playground.
Red Sox baseball on this is brought to you by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, celebrating 70 years in business.
Man, we're back home in Fenway, and now rain is falling. So, do we start or do we not?
At last, about a half hour late, but even though folks are still trying to make sure the rain doesn't hit them head on, and we do have a little bit of light rain still falling at the ballpark. We're expecting to get this game underway in just a few moments. Red Sox taking on the Texas Rangers. Sox coming in at 18-18.
Oh yeah, no, that's coming down hard. I don't think we should start this game. But it looks like we are. Here comes Giolito.
And they'll be taking on the Red Sox starting pitcher, brought to you by
We're literally going to start this game, and then it's going to go right back into a delay.
Looking for that first win making his home debut. He last faced Texas in 2023, pitching for Cleveland, and he went 7 innings and struck out 12. Here's the Ranger lineup of the great Bruce Bochy. Josh Smith's been a hot hitter at the top of their lineup. They don't have many other guys who qualify as hot hitters. Langford is hitting .297. Corey Seager, Jock Peterson. Simeon's been dropped down to the 5 spot. Garcia, Carter, Heim, and Young rounded out for a team really having a lot of trouble scoring runs.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox defense presented by Bigelow Tea. Across the infield, you got Alex Bregman at third with Story and Campbell up the middle. Abraham Toro gets to start at first base. In the outfield, left to right, it's going to be Duran, Rafaela, and Abreu with Carlos Narvaez doing
So getting ready to go here, but rain is falling.
And behind the plate, John Bacon, C.B. Buckner at first. Adam Beck takes second. Dan Isanya is the crew chief at third. We're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. And the weather forecast, not the best. Chance of showers, 58 degrees. Wind is out to left at 3 miles per hour. But right now,
Duran.
Big smile there from Jaron Duran. Starts every game by saying hello inside a monster before taking his defensive position. It's a Texas Ranger team that opened the year 8-2. They're 3-9 since then. So we shall see if Abraham Toro and the Red Sox, he gets to start at first base, can take advantage. Kev, always a delight to see you, my man, flying in from Texas just to be with us for a couple nights. So kind of it.
I looked at the weather. It was rainy all week. I'm like, no, but we're going to get baseball night. It doesn't look great, but yeah, we're going to be all right. It's always good to be here, though. Look at this field.
You got it.
All right, and
Giolito.
Off we go.
Swung on and pop foul back out of play as we get started. Josh Smith, the hitter.
So the first pitch is strike one.
Lucas pitching a quality start in his
to Josh Smith.
Anticipated return in Toronto. 6 innings, 3 runs. Left with the Red Sox ahead 6-3. Entered that 6th inning ahead 6-0. Anybody you talk to would tell you they really didn't expect him to be as good.
Yeah, that'll be ball one.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of deception in that delivery, right? The arm kind of curls back, and that's the whole thing to pitching, right? The deception. And he's got that. He elevates that fastball. Good changeup. Got a curveball and a slider and all this stuff, but I think the deception is what he feeds off of.
That'll be ball
you
2.
That game in Toronto, you're up 6-3. He gave up 3, right, in that last inning in the 6th. And you were really feeling good after like a series win against Cleveland. You won the first game in Toronto, but since that's when this last week has gone a little haywire for this ball club.
I think we'd all like to go back to that moment.
Yeah.
Red Sox led 6-0. A line drive.
And that'll get down for a base hit.
For a base hit. Durant knocks it down, and Smith, who's been very hot with the bat, is coming off 4 hits on Sunday against Seattle, has another knock here.
Let's check out Lucas.
So Josh Smith will get a base hit there.
By Audi. This is what we saw in game 1 up in Toronto. It was fastball heavy, changeup heavy. Not many sliders, not many breaking balls at all, but he located. See if he mixes in some breaking balls here today.
Wyatt Langford, the left fielder, 297. He's homered 6 times.
That's ball 1. Yeah, rain's coming down, man.
14th in the American League in hitting, 228. 14th in on base, 13th in slugging percentage. Starting pitching is excellent.
That'll be ball 2.
Yeah, this offense has really struggled, right?
Yeah, it's raining. It's raining, Jaden. It's coming down. The game was delayed by about half an hour. But they started the game, and it's coming down again. So I don't know how much longer they're going to continue playing this. Because it's supposed to be coming down for the next, like, hour and a half or so.
If you're Bruce Bochy, it's bona fide.
Yeah, it's coming down. They're going to have to pull the tarp out. This is not going to last much longer.
Like 6 guys out of your 9 are struggling early on. It's definitely magnified.
Smith, the base run.
That'll be grounded to Story. That'll be a double play. Oh, no, he's safe at first. That was a very close play.
Lunge on the throw by Campbell, and came off first.
Langford can run. Yep. This little chopper to Story does a nice job getting it to Campbell, and Smith's right in his face. I think he might have held this bag. It's just Langford beat this out. It's a nice turn. Just Langford can run. He get down. It's a great athlete, this kid. Big guy, Langford, but he can still run it well.
So Langford will reach on the fielder's choice. He'll send up Corey Seager, batting .291 with 4 home runs. Just getting started late, about a half hour on a rainy night here in Boston.
So Corey Seager's up. That'll be strike one, fouled off.
He's fired, the hitting coach. This is the new move. He's also actually, his official title is offensive coordinator. And they brought in Brett Boone.
There's Brett Boone. Well, it is Texas, so you get the football term in there.
Cowboys, they name those.
One down, and he'll take it up high.
That'll be
Watch
ball
Seager,
one.
Hit. It's
to
still
Corey
remarkable
Seager.
how he is. I mean, the first pitch from Giolito was like an 81-mile-an-hour changeup. He's on. It seems from 80 to 95.00, and that to me is fascinating.
1-1. Zipped in there.
That'll
for
be
strike
strike
93.
2.
Yeah, there's no sitting soft. Yeah, Nomar was like that too, right?
Yeah.
Like slow curve, heater, 96, slider, didn't matter if it was a strike, he's swinging at it.
Vladimir Guerrero, there's certain guys, even that pitch right there, 1-1, 93-mile fastball, split the middle, little, bottoms of the zone, but I've never really seen him take a fastball like that, so maybe he was sitting, Lou, maybe he's changing a little bit.
Langford off the bag, being held by Toro.
And that'll be fouled off once again. Still a 1-2 count to Corey Seager.
There's the changeup at 82. Such a good pitch for him in Toronto.
Yeah, he threw more breaking balls, White Sox days, maybe Angels days, and now it just seems to be that fastball changeup combination, almost like a Michael Walker.
Hard hit, but foul.
And that'll be fouled off once again. Still 1-2.
Texas only 5-10 on the road. Again, like the Red Sox, very high expectations coming into the season. They did not make the playoffs last year after winning it all under Bruce Bochy the year before, as Bruce came out of retirement to win another ring. He's as good as it gets. Tried to hold up, and he did.
That'll be ball 2.
Yeah, I think the strength with Bruce Bochy, when people talk about him, other than he's a wonderful man, he's a baseball lifer, ex-catcher, but it's the way he can handle a bullpen. I think that's the toughest job for a manager. The personalities in the lineups and what position you're going to play, got it, but I think the bullpen's where he is just a mastermind and does a great job of setting those guys up.
And that'll strike him out. Strike 3 right there. Out number 2. And up next will come up Jock Peterson, who is doing terrible on the year. He's hitting .094 on the year. He has a negative wins above replacement. He is doing terrible.
The same pitch, and that's what he thinks it is, and then the bottom just drops off. It doesn't get to you.
Dude, that rain, man, it's coming down.
And the DH, Jock Peterson, hitting .094. It has been a mighty struggle for him. Kev gave it a number 7 for his last 81. It's over 27 games.
Yeah, they're going to have to stop this.
He is 3 for 6 against Giolito in his career. Got fooled there. 0-2.
The thing with this lineup, though, this is the definition of presence. Right? Because I don't care
Strike
where
2
they
to
are,
Jock Peterson.
runs, or what these batting averages do. If you're the pitcher on the other team, you're thinking Jock's going to break out. He can hit 3 this week. Simeon's going to break out of it against me. Garcia's going to break it. Like, you still concerned. After this 3-game series, we can have discussions about how this offense is lost, right? But in game 1, first inning, you have to respect this lineup.
Yeah, don't poke the bear. 0-2.
No, we're going to give you facts, though. It's been struggle bunny, and when you see a guy hitting the 4-hole that's played all year, Jock Peterson, I mean, there's 1 RBI and no home runs. That's an alarming struggle bunny. 7 of your last 81 is alarming for a left-handed hitter that really faces righties. And so it'd be interesting to see what he's.
And that'll be, wow, actually a base hit for Jock Peterson. Does not have many of those this year.
Second hit of the inning here for Texas, and they're on
the runner advances to third.
That was too
Bro,
much.
it is pouring. You got to stop this.
But you can see this is just a belt high, middle away, was tailing away, but Jock does do damage on fastballs. I mean, he can hit a fastball, and that was just one that just caught the plate in a 1-2 count.
They wanted the crowd to go up and in again, play out that check swing.
Marcus Semien down to the 5 spot in their order. When the Red Sox saw him in Texas Back in March, he was their leadoff man. Hitting 182, 2 home runs. Steady light rain falling at the ballpark.
It's not light.
It's just the way it's going to be all game. It's just one of those. It's a miserable night for these guys, right? But you got to get through it. Miserable for both teams.
1.
This is
1-1
where the
count.
outfield just plays a little faster, right? Hits that grass a little wet, then you got to throw a wet bar of soap, little things in the outfield, balls in the gap, scoop by.
It's a good visual. This one blocked.
It'll be 2-1. Here comes the run. God damn it. What the hell is that? Oh, they got a rundown. They got a rundown, and Jock Peterson's going to be tagged out. So that will end the inning on a weird way to end the inning there. But they do score the run as the ball got away. And yeah, it's pouring.
He blocked it enough for Langford not, but Langford took off right away. That little hesitation allowed him to get safe at home.
That was a shitty play. So it's a 1-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the first inning here in Boston, Massachusetts.
Knocky knocky. What are you doing, Anna?
Working on my oh, you see? They think that's me. Some of them even sent me gift cards.
Nana, how do you sleep at night?
On a mattress. I got a mattress firm. A sleep expert helped me find it. It's got cooling technology because Nana sleeps hot. So now I sleep. This guy's loaded.
Get matched at Mattress Firm? Sleep at night.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Did the little piggy cry wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Alex Bregman, who has excellent numbers in his career against Nathan Eovaldi, and a 17-game on-base streak. Rangers starting pitcher tonight, Eovaldi, the former Red Sox.
Nathan Eovaldi, yep, former Red Sox pitcher, 2018 World Series champion.
Red Sox saw him on opening day in Texas. He was excellent. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 3 hits. He had no decision.
That'll be ball 1 to Jarren Duran. Oh, that's a strike. That's a strike 1 to Jarren Duran.
Be excellent, really. In 7 starts,
It's not a strike, but it was called a strike.
ERA. Doesn't walk anybody. 3 walks on the year. 46 strikeouts.
That's strike 2.
That's a pitch we saw opening day out of nowhere. Like that curveball usage. The last couple years he got away from it. Boy, did he break that thing out. Got swing and miss all day.
Yeah, I love watching him pitch. He competes from pitch 1. You know, and that's one thing about Nathan. I think everybody's been a teammate of him. He's a great teammate, great competitor, big game pitcher.
And the shitty thing is now, once they inevitably have to stop the game, it's going to be a long delay because they're letting that field get wet.
Held on to by Heim.
It is pouring. I don't get how they...
Langford scoring on that.
Yeah, there's so many ways to win baseball games. Watch how quick Langford reads his ball, gone, see you later. There was no hesitation, ball in the dirt. It's what you're taught as a guy on the bases. You can win games in different ways other than home runs. So your offense is struggling, great. We just bought a run right there, and I'm not sure, you know, with the Peterson.
So Rafael Devers is up.
Because we were watching Wyatt, but he got caught in no man's land and ended the inning. But great base running by Wyatt Langford.
It's ball 1 to Rafael Devers.
So 1-0 Texas. Rafael Devers at 250 with 5 home runs. With Bregman to follow him. Rafael's been swinging a good bat. 0 for 4 on Sunday, though, to snap an 8-game hitting streak.
And there, you know, when you're playing the game of baseball, we talk about defense, we talk about offense, starting pitching, bullpen, but running the bases, taking the proper turns, and the ball's in the dirt, guys on first base, maybe taking a peek at the catcher. I know there's a lot of the pitch calm stuff, but you have an idea.
That'll be ball 2.
1-2 count, guys got
2-1 count to Rafael Devers.
Big deal, moving 90 feet, and I mean, that ball was down. It's a hard read for a guy at third. You didn't know where the ball was, but little things like that kind of fire up a dugout like a home run.
2-1 to Raffy. Cut on and missed. 2-2.
It'll be 2-2.
Nathan now 35 years old. Texas native. 6'2", 217 pounds, can still bring it. It was a 96 mile.
Fouled off.
Ball. Red Sox have dropped their last 2 series to fall back to 500. They're 18-18.
Somehow gained a half a game during all that, right? The Yankees are losing.
Line drive.
And there's a base hit for Rafael Devers.
Off the short fence. Back to Garcia. It'll be a base hit for Raffy. Curveball that he smoked.
Yeah, there's that curveball that was so effective against the Red Sox last time out. And he goes back to it again after kind of riding some fastballs up in the zone, but Devers stays on it. He's smoking that off-speed pitch.
He is.
The ball that didn't stick with the heater up.
After 96 also.
Yeah.
In front of Alex Bregman, checking in at 317 with 8 home runs. Been on base in 17 straight. Hitting 364 with 6 home runs during that. And questioning the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I was telling you before, too, that watching this guy every day for a month, to me, I underrated him. Like, just an overall game and what he brings to a team.
So Alex Bregman's up. That'll be ball 1.
And
And Rafael Devers will get down to second base with that, the wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the game.
Does to the backstop.
Yeah, he's a ball player, Bregman. I mean, when you look at the intangibles he brings, right? He's got some pop. Defense is impeccable, but there's a calmness about him in big spots also. And when you got a guy that it reminds me of Pedroia without the whole energy, but they live and breathe baseball. They're talking ball. They're helping dudes. At first, I looked at his back pocket, thinking, man, that's a long back pocket. We got a towel in the back because of the weather. But I was like, good Lord, their pockets are big these days.
Ooh, and that's going to hit him.
Raffy Devers.
No, it didn't.
With a long walk back to second.
What do you mean it didn't hit?
A foul ball.
What?
Yeah, got him in the back first. Might have hit his bat, but it hit him first, didn't it?
That was weird. He looked over and told me.
Did it hit? No way.
Take a look.
What?
Oh my God, that hit his bat.
That is bad.
He ducked and it hit his bat as he was ducking behind his back. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
Maybe he might have hit that back first, but hit his bat.
Well, now the umpires are going to get together.
Yeah.
Did it hit him first?
You see that last replay?
Yeah.
Did it skim?
I don't think it hit him.
First one we saw looked like it clearly just hit his bat, but that. This one here.
It's coming down pretty hard. I don't know why we're still playing this game.
After a crew consultation, it's a foul ball.
It is a foul ball. That's the weirdest foul ball I've ever seen in my entire life.
So simply ruling a foul ball here. And the count is 1-2 on Bregman.
I'll go off Bregman's reaction.
Yeah.
I think if it hit him at all, probably would have seen more of a reaction.
Would have argued it, right? Devers at second. And a block by Heim to hold the runner at second. Now Nathan Eovaldi coming to Fenway, throwing really well, as Lou mentioned, a 1.50 ERA in his last 3 starts, so he's been locked in.
Yeah, he's got like 5 pitches that he uses all of them. The split, the curveball we've seen, we got 96. He pitches at 91 to 96, the cutter. but he competes.
Fouled off once again.
I think that's, with conviction. Every pitch he's throwing, it was started with the second pitch of the game. You got a breaking ball from Duran, but like the conviction that he throws with all his pitches. And I know Bregman had 2 go over his head, but you can tell one of those split fingers that just got away from him.
Rain still falling here, so wet conditions.
Let's check out Evaldi's pitching arsenal presented by WB Mason. You see that split 4-seamer is still kind of prevalent, and that cutter. It's just that curveball's come into play here more this year. The slider, that's just a little shocked me, I think, maybe later in his.
Dude, how are we still playing right now?
With those 4.
Bregman trying to tie it up. He'll take a ball.
That'll be full count. 3-2.
Turning into a great at-bat right now. Greg sees the ball really good.
Christian Campbell's on deck to hit next.
Devers the base runner at second. And then the catcher timeout.
Timeout.
That's one of the things, Kev, I noticed too with Bregman. He doesn't swing a lot. For him, it's all about swing decisions, swinging at strikes. It's like 40% swing rate, which is like it makes you throw a strike.
And that'll be strike 3.
Just struck him out. Second K for Evaldi, and 2 gone.
Check out the Rangers' defense across the infield. Josh Young, he is at third base with Seager and Simeon up the middle. Josh Smith at first. In the outfield, left to right, it's Langford, Carter, and Garcia. Jonah Heim doing the catching.
Christian Campbell batting out of the 4th spot. Second baseman, 290 with 4 home runs.
That'll be strike 1 to Christian Campbell.
What a great kid. I gave him a little time to talk about his little bro, who's 16, he says about 6'3", might be better than him. I'm like, good Lord have mercy. His dad played running back at Tennessee football, so he's kind of learning from his big brother baseball.
That's
kind of a great,
ball 1.
way, because his dad was a football player trying to learn baseball. He kind of learned on his own, and they're learning together. He goes, now I get a chance to teach my younger brother from a baseball player. So it's a great relationship. He's just a great kid, and just the energy and the innocence.
High chop to first. Smith will go to the pitcher.
And that'll be out, number 3.
Evaldi getting over there, and that is out.
So that ends the first inning. The Texas Rangers lead it 1-0 after 1 inning as we head to the second inning here in Boston, Massachusetts.
Silverado Trail Boss, and best-in-class highway fuel economy that's down for wherever, and a family that's down for mostly whatever. And Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Ooh, a timeout! Incoming dishes! Doc! With Dawn Power Wash, he can fly through 99% of grease and grime in half the time. Oh my gosh! Look at him go! Yeah, Dawn Power Wash is unique. It absorbs grease with 3 cleaning boosters, removing it 5 times faster. Ooh, for beak's sake, that was fast! And Power Wash can replace multiple cleaning products. Woo! Fumble recovery! Ooh, those suds got game. Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold, or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
Your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze plug-in with Fade-Defy technology. It has a microchip that alternates 2 complementary scents to constantly fight odors and give noticeable freshness. It even reminds you when to refill, so you can...
Warming up a moment ago, and he would slip.
That's dangerous. Yeah, that's not good.
They gave out whoever it was, right back up and completed.
There'll be a ground-up ball, Marcus Semien, and that'll be out number 1.
One away in the second, 1-0 Texas.
Well, they're going to deal with the surface now here, all night long. I know. Looks like he is fine after that. It's no big deal, but I hated the rain. I grew up here. I played in cold. It is what it is. But the rain, my entire right leg and belt buckle and glove was nothing but pine tar.
Hey, isn't that the truth? But their shoes get so clogged with that clay, and then it becomes no spiky. That's what happened. There's nothing like crazy injury-wise. You just constantly the old tongue. The old looks like the old popsicle stick. You get over there, and you just gotta. It's all game long.
Adolis Garcia, the right fielder, 217 with 4 homers.
That'll be ball
there
1.
May have been a pitcher or
That's
two.
strike 2. Nope.
Said, hey, before we throw it around, before you give it back to
Adolis
me,
Garcia.
swipe your glove with it a little bit. Give me a little feel.
Yep.
On that baseball with all that tar you got on there, but just want to make sure I had a grip, especially at third.
I like how you put that. There may have been.
May have. I'm not sure.
Pitcher or 2.
He said a pitcher or 2. He meant a pitcher or 100. That's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I get.
And as a hitter, I don't have a problem with you in a rain. Get a grip, because like Bregman saw 2 balls over his neck.
Yeah.
And it was all grip related. It wasn't a ball he thrown out his head.
We're on a really cold night.
Yeah.
You want to make sure he has a good grip on that thing. Fouled back by Garcia.
Fouled off.
I'll be honest with you, there's been 3 foul balls, OB. I've been looking for a foul ball here since we've been doing games together. I feel like I'm going to get something tonight.
You're in a defensive pose standing up here.
Bregman hit 2. We got Garcia. I'm feeling confident. I know at Texas, I think we're like 10,000 feet in the air watching a game there.
No chance we get one in Texas.
That's ball 1.
But I am confident. I am confident tonight. That's why I start standing up. Bregman hit me. It was scaring me. I'm save OB because this man likes red wine. I don't want him to be damaged when he's sipping on that Cabernet or Sauvignon.
You know who's buying it. Yeah. Make sure the wallet's taken care of. That's right. Base is empty, 1 away.
Ooh.
Sits him down, Garcia.
I don't like this, man. Like, they can't play right. Like,
you saw him right away. He released that. He'll immediately go into his fingers. Now we're going to wipe off the mud. But yeah, you see it right here. It just comes out, and it's just an all grip. Another headshot on a 78.
this isn't even ball. This isn't even baseball, man. This is just like slop ball.
2-2. You see excellent power. 4 home runs.
Base slop.
Change up away, 3-2.
Looks like it's lighting up a bit, but
Evan Carter, who has just been recalled from the minor leagues, as they look for a jolt, he's on deck and stays alive. Garcia's still up there.
3-2.
Same guy that boat you put in the 3-hole in that World Series run, Evan Carter. No one really knew about Evan Carter. It'll be interesting, man. It's good to see him back up here. He's a young blood, kind of a COVID-type kid. It was not real high. Next thing you know, he's hitting 3rd for the Rangers in a World Series champion. Boat's like, hey, I can't get in. I'm going to put him in. I don't prepare the rain.
By the way, that's a dead on. And that's going to be ball 4.
That'll be ball 4.
So Garcia will take his base. Don't miss the first episode of Red Sox Unobstructed Views going on right now. Jared Carrabis, John Papelbon, Alana Rizzo, they break down the game, and Dustin Pedroia is their guest. If you'd like, flip over to NESN Plus or stream on NESN 360, or just stay with us. Presented by Blue Moon. When you choose a Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter.
Where you know, it's here right here. Evan Carter's back up at Blue Moon. I've had a few of those at the time. People, I'll be honest with you, but this can't play.
He's a big wine guy too. Coach. He knows his stuff. Those years in San Francisco. So here's Carter. Hard hit.
Oh, wow. Unassisted double play to end the inning. Wow. So that'll bring us to the bottom of the 2nd inning. What a weird play there.
He hasn't played much over there at all, but not getting too
that was a
from
pickoff.
your back, so you can go to your left. Beautiful double play.
Wait, no, that was that was not a pickoff. That was just a unassisted double play.
This is Roundup for lawns.
That was
stuff
weird.
Works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn. This stuff works on dandelions, crabgrass, clover. This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back. This stuff works on big lawns, small lawns, and I guess you can call that a lawn lawns. This stuff works without killing your lawn. This stuff works without killing your weekend. This stuff works for the rookies and the seasoned pros. This stuff works in Knoxville, Bronxville, Rockville, Marysville. This is Roundup for lawns. This stuff works.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon a blue moon. Everything a little brighter.
That starting rotation, it doesn't get better. Dominating night from Logan Gilbert.
Trying to be out there and take the ball as much as I can.
Swing and a miss against Luis Castillo.
It's wipeout stuff. He's a legit ace.
Talk about depth the Mariners really have.
What a masterpiece from George Kirby.
Just trying to go out there and give my team the best chance to win. Julio Rodriguez is an absolute superstar out there in center field.
Just my zone, Julio.
Once I go, I just want to have everything ready.
Guy's dangerous. Julio!
This is Sam. This is also Sam. Sam has big plans for the future. That's why Sam has a free personalized plan for retirement. A flexible plan helps Sam stay on target and adapt to anything that comes Sam's way. No matter where your day takes you, Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
Grizzly and a rainy night here. Bottom of the second inning.
Here's the bottom of the second from Boston, Massachusetts.
Because of the rain. Abreu will lead it off here against Nate Eovaldi. And then Trevor Story and then Abraham Toro.
That'll be
just
ball
made a
one.
really fine play to turn two.
Yeah, you know, he did, and he hasn't really had 5 starts, I think, down in AAA. And Kev, you know, like a lot of guys want to pop off that bag to get range to their right, and they can't get that ball that comes back.
William Abreu's going to fly that out to right field, and that'll be caught for out number one.
So it was a perfect spot, right? Tough for Evan Carter. Great play by Toro, but yeah, you get off that step, and then boom, great play reaction, no play.
Trevor Story will check in at 267. He's been dropped from the 4th spot to the 6th spot. And Alex Cora's lineup. 1 for 5 with a home run against Nate Eovaldi.
In the last 3, a 3-gamer, right? 4 for 12, but before that he was one of those like 4 for 40s, right? There was just a stretch where the fastballs he was hitting early when he was hot, he's doing that, fouling it back, right? Missing fastballs he should hit and getting himself in the hole.
To his credit, he has been playing superb defense.
Yeah, he does.
Always does.
But yeah, I was gonna say he is special.
Rehearse this? How did this come about?
He moves so good.
How did
He's
you
such a
decide this
strong
was a good
kid.
idea?
Around me, he can jump high in the car. He moves well as a shortstop, right? That's now getting him for a 155-game season. And let him hit 25 to 30 and drive it 90 to 110. And let's roll.
At short, Seager off the dirt.
And that'll be out number 2.
The
rain has lightened up a lot.
We're riding on the bus in Cleveland heading to the hotel, and at least 3 guys had their iPads going, and what they were watching was the comeback on Netflix. And so at various times I saw your face, and then 2 minutes later I saw your face, and then a minute I saw your face. You were on the bus, man. It was unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Toro lifts a high pop into center field. Carter will be
And
caught
that'll
by Langford.
get caught by Wyatt Langford for out number 3.
6 pitches, 1-0.
So yeah, very quick bottom of the second inning there. As we head to the 3rd inning here in Boston, Massachusetts, in a 1-0 ball
You may
game.
not know where you stand with retail associates, but you always know where you stand with the Sport Clips app haircut tracker that tracks your real-time wait time. It's a game changer.
What makes me feel comfortable? It's not my afternoon tea or my kitten reminding me to hang in there. It's T-Mobile. When you switch, you'll pay less today and the price of your rate plan won't change for 5 years.
T-Mobile's new experience plans. Families can save 20% today, and the price won't change tomorrow.
Hey! Yo, there's someone at my door.
Hi. You are currently being recorded.
recorded.
That's right, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
No, put that back.
What you say?
You might want to leave, buddy. Hey, man, put that back. Hey, put the package back.
Two-way talk, built-in siren. With Ring, you can make them hit the road from anywhere.
That's right.
See the USA the Myers way this summer. In a new RV, find millions of dollars in savings on their entire inventory. Travel trailers, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes. Hundreds of RVs from all the top-selling brands. New 2025 RVs starting at just $10,897. Since 1967, Myers has been the trusted family-owned dealer delivering unbeatable service, selection, and the area's best prices. Now with 15 locations across the Northeast. Experience the difference.
Rangers in the top of the third, and just a little Tristan Casas post-surgery update, guys. He's returned home following successful knee surgery to repair that patellar tendon rupture. Alex Cora has spoken with him a few times, including today, and he shared with us that Casas is still in pain. Sleeping seems to be a challenge right now.
That's
but the
not
good news
good.
is the injury after the doctors went inside wasn't the worst-case scenario, Casas told Cora, according to the doctors. But still nothing as it relates to a timeline on his return. Cora hoped to have more information on that soon. But one thing we know is Red Sox still in search possibly of a more permanent solution at first base, but in the immediate, they like Romy Gonzalez there, and Abraham Toro, who's getting the opportunity tonight, made that nice play that last half defensive inning, guys.
Well, no denying that. It was an outstanding defensive play to turn two. Red Sox trailing here 1-0, third inning. Well, Kev, we've talked a lot about it, both Lou Maloney and I, and we'll continue to talk about first base. You cover all teams in Major League Baseball, but you've got a special place in your heart for the Red Sox, and I know your heart breaks for anybody who blows out a knee and is lost for the season. Rafi Devers seems to us to be a very
so
obvious
Jonah Heim's
candidate.
coming in.
Now the Red Sox are not even approaching that as a
catcher.
possibility. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think obviously that is the obvious candidate, right? He's worked very hard at third base, and then
Yeah, base hit up the middle here by Jonah Heim on the first pitch.
That'll be a base hit for Jonah Heim.
But basically, you know, Devers playing third base for 6+ years, worked hard on his defense. Listen, you slide over, it's a new glove. I hand him a glove and I say, here, you're going to play first base now. It's what we're losing, I think, is that we're employees of these organizations, right? We have gotten caught up in, I think, a little bit worrying about like how we're going to look or whatever. And I'm just speaking in general, not this isn't Rafi specifically, but I'm telling you in players, like maybe I'm going to be embarrassed or maybe I'm not going to look good. Hey,
That'll
dude,
be strike one.
It doesn't matter. Kyle Schwarber went over here with Boston, and he didn't know anything about first base. And he went out there for 2 days, took some ground balls, and was playing first base in big leagues. Mike Napoli almost turned himself into a Gold Glove first baseman. We've talked about examples. I mean, Salvador Perez will get over there behind the plate. It's what you do. Sometimes you get strapped as a unit. There's injuries and stuff, and you just move around. Mookie Betts has signed a $360 million contract. Has played second, short, right field. Cody Bellinger, you can sit here and go all the way through. Vladimir Guerrero went from third.
04, you played like 5 positions.
At third, I'm not saying I'm even talking about embarrassing watching me field and throw to first or play right field with my arm and my speed. It's what you do. When your manager asks you to do something, if that was to occur, you do it. You
And that's strike 3 to Josh Jung. That'll strike him out. One out in the top of the third.
Down he goes out number 1.
So those are the things that I just think that as a group, whoever's in charge of the group, if it's policing our own dugouts as a group, or someone doesn't run the ball out, but you just say, dude, here you go, you're playing first. That's all we do. It doesn't have to be a 3-week, go to structure where you had 17 coaches.
That'll be fouled off. Josh Smith up to hit. Fouled off for strike 1.
And there's weeks you don't even get a ground ball. You play catch. Playing first base, playing catch. You get a throw from the shortstop, first baseman, and you'd be amazed it could be a Gold Glove first baseman if Rafi was to play first. Vladimir Guerrero's turned himself into a good
That'll be
first
ball
baseman.
1.
Third baseman.
Yeah, it really has.
And he moved over there, and it's just these are examples. There's cheat sheets of examples.
Yeah.
And Kyle Schwarber, I remember him watching him work and balls going off his chest, and Bryce Harper's had to make a transition from catcher to the outfield to first.
Kyle from Waltham, yeah.
There
Kyle
is
from Waltham.
an ability, if your manager or organization says, you're my first baseman today and your name's in that 1B, you take it with an awesome attitude, and you go out there and you play one big. And that's the way I feel. I think we just got so much. Everything's got to be projected.
Smith with a swing.
Yeah, it'll be strike two.
I think the reality is that no matter who you put over there, learn the position. Toro's doing what he can to get in the lineup. Romy Gonzalez, you want to talk about Vaughn Grissom, who's playing 5 games in AAA. The last couple of weeks in mentioning Devers going to first, I am amazed at how many people actually maybe overrate how difficult this is.
Pop up. In comes Duran from left. Puts that away.
And that'll be out number 2.
And maybe I'm blaming Moneyball. Remember the quote from
And
Ron
now it's coming back down harder again.
Well, maybe
Looks
for
like.
Hattie, but for a man that's played third base his whole life, and by the way, plays kind of one-handed anyways, you just flip it over there. He's played on the dirt. There's a few things he's got to work on, and maybe opens the door for a guy like Masu. Today said he could still hit.
We're still in a generation, though. You have to play everywhere. Even in Little League, it starts in high school. There's not the old days where you just play third, right? It gives what we call flexibility to your manager. That's why the Cody Bellingers that can play an Austin first and then go to right field and play all 3 positions. It's not just I'm a right fielder anymore. There's not that anymore. Everybody plays everywhere. We've seen Connor Wong go to second. We've seen catchers move around. It's just baseball, bro. You played a baseball game. That's all. There's no ego. There's no hurt feelings. It's whatever we need you to do, and that's what you said.
Glad I brought it up, actually. Popped up to
Yeah,
the
it's
stand
popped
on
up.
the right field line. And
Now go foul for strike 2. Wyatt Langford.
You're in the big leagues.
Wyatt Langford's 0 for 1 tonight.
You go out there, kick your hands, put the pitcher's helmet on there today, and he hits himself in the back of the head. You have fun playing the game. It's a game of baseball. The money and fame and all the numbers come with the territory, but the game of baseball is a blast. The running the bases and the ball in the dirt, the errors, the strikeouts, it's a grind. You battle. But it's for the love of the game. And at the end of the day, that name on the front is so much more important than the back. Back to you, Dave.
Langford will foul that one away. He scored the only run, charging home on a wild pitch.
Got to be fouled off once again.
I don't know if that answers your question, but there's 2 strikes, 2 outs. I was taught by Joe Buck to stop telling stories with 2 strikes and 2 outs because then it goes to commercial.
Glad you got it in. You really am. Delighted you did. 2 down, a man on, and the 0-2 from Giolito. He gets a little bounding ball.
And that'll be Campbell. That'll be grounded out for out number 3. So that'll bring us to the bottom of the 3rd inning here. Game that started off kind of slow. Now it's picking up the pace a little bit.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats out. Come alive. Showstopper. We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play! An absolute beast unleashed. You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Start that hashtag like the boss. Yeah, that's how we roll. Keep on nailing and never miss it. Back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
At MLBShop.com, you can get all the latest officially licensed merchandise for you and your family. But if you really want to level up your game, you can grab something for your dog walker, your Pilates instructor, your swim coach, your neighbor, your accountant, your gardener, your best friend, your bandmate, your boss, your kid's teacher, your mailman. Visit MLBShop.com and stock up on officially licensed on-field merchandise from your favorite teams.
Oh, wow. The most beautiful thing about my mother.
Well, her personality, actually.
Her determination. How much she adores her family. The most beautiful thing about my mother is how she moves through the world.
The way she takes care of us and loves us and puts us always first. She's always there for me.
No matter how hard or difficult I'm being, she's always there for me.
Dude, shut up.
That's my mom.
Kevin Millar, Dave O'Brien, and Lou Merloni. And Jemai Webster downstairs.
So here's the bottom of the 3rd inning.
1 run on 3 hits for Texas.
I think we're just going to keep playing through this.
1 hit so far for the Red Sox. That was a Raffy Devers single in the 1st inning. Narvaez will lead things off against Nathan Eovaldi. Batting stats presented by your local Honda dealers. As Carlos will get in. 214, 3 home runs. Well, saving grace for the Red Sox at this point at 18-18 is the Yankees have not gained much ground. That bat goes flying.
Damn.
Stands. And strike one.
That's why you don't play in the rain.
Sox are behind New York going into play tonight.
Grip. You want the hitters to have grip. That's why we use pine tar rosin. This is the rain, Lulu.
Thing tickled. Oh, wow. Up over that netting.
Holy cow, I didn't see that part yet. Got a souvenir, though, at least. A little bruise in the right shoulder.
Now we're negotiating, right? What do we need?
Nope. We're going to keep it back.
That's his gamer. They're going to get you something else, but he needs that with a special wrap on the handle.
Cesar Rafaela on deck.
I love that about baseball, man. The ball goes into the stands or a bat goes into the stands, it's yours. I mean, they could try to negotiate to get it back, you know, but it's yours.
There may be some negotiating. He will get you another one of his bats.
I think that's a special bat for Bregman. I think that's the reason they want it back.
Someone on the team to get the bat back if he really cares about it. Then again, Narvaez could say, keep it.
Yeah.
I'm good. I got more.
You deserve it. You got hit.
Yeah.
It's 32 ounces coming out. You hitting you in your shoulder, OB. You want the bat.
Yeah, that was Narvaez's special bat.
0-2 from Nathan Eovaldi down low.
You know, we talk about that 18-18 record, not really falling too behind. The thing that's concerning right now is the strength of schedule. We've had the easiest schedule in baseball. Winning percentage, 451. Of any team in the game, right? Now you got some teams. Texas, Kansas City, Detroit, Mets coming.
That'll be strike three.
Split, struck him out.
The fuck? All right.
Time out for the Allstate.
That was weird.
Good Hands replay. It is the Rafaela bobblehead. Now, there's actually a choice to be made. You can get one or the other, I guess. The shortstop who's blowing the bubble or the center field and a diving play.
I want the bubble one. So you're sit on Rafaela?
It was one or the other. You couldn't get both.
Yeah. So is it a surprise type of thing? They hand you one, you're not quite sure which one you get?
What's in the box?
That's true. Yeah, it's random.
All right.
Both pretty cool.
I like when they make 40,000. You know, the first 10, 15, it's like, man, you got to raise it. No, it should be just everybody gets a bobblehead.
That'll be strike two.
Cedon leading all major league center fielders with 7 defensive runs saved. Wilyer Abreu, 5 defensive runs saved in right. That's the most among right fielders in the major leagues. Pretty good outfield, to put it mildly. And the 0-2. Jarren Duran on deck.
The defense is special. The arm strength special. He'll keep growing. Has to keep growing offensively. Still young.
Ah, fuck.
But defensively,
God damn it.
It's as good as it gets.
It'll lay off that one. The splitter away.
I remember when Story was hurt.
Looks like the rain has stopped.
Like he didn't skip a beat. This guy's arm strength was unbelievable over there. And then he goes center field. I'm like, geez, Louise, early on.
Is a rookie, too.
Yeah.
Lunging, little floater to center field. Carter will run it down. Number 2.
Well, offensively, though, really, it's about swinging, right? We talk about Bregman, how he doesn't swing that much. But sometimes that first at-bat, it's almost like you take a pitch, get it to the
Yeah, I think it's mostly light rain for the rest of this shower, and then it'll be gone. So I think we'll continue playing.
He was swinging the bat okay, drew about 5 walks. I mean, this guy doesn't walk at all. Saw some pitches. That's the next step for him. You sort of keep waiting for it.
Maybe just step back and examine every at-bat that Alex Bregman has. In there for strike.
That's strike one to Jarren Duran.
In the first.
That's who you pick. You pick brains and great hitters that have had success in this league, right? I followed Manny Ramirez around. David Ortiz. David Ortiz went from a non-tender player to a Hall of Fame DH by being Manny's teammate. We talked baseball. We talked baseball on the buses, in the hotel bars, in the hotel rooms, because what do you sit on? What's your approach? But that's, and there's a perfect example of Alex Bregman. What we talk about, guys that make their players and their teammates better around them. Pick their brain. You'll talk to them. They love that.
Rand knocks that one foul on the left field line.
Okay, have you ever played with a teammate that interlocks his pinkies, holds a baseball bat like a golf club?
Yeah, you know what? Never. And watching him, it's, you know, that's what makes hitting so great. There's not one way. There's not one stance. We have to be on time. And how do you do that? But it's all about just.
I've never seen this.
This is that works for him. He loves golf too.
I mean, but here's the thing. He holds a golf club like a baseball bat.
There's the baseball grip. I was gonna say, when you're kind of struggling, you go to baseball grip, you start squaring it up.
So, but he doesn't do it when he golfs. I was talking to him about it. He did it a few years ago. He said 23, he's like full time. It felt like connected.
Yeah.
Get the bat through the zone, whatever his reasons are. But I've never seen anybody do it. But then in the golf course, he holds it like a baseball bat.
1-2, back to the hill, and Nathan Eovaldi will get him in a 1-2-3 third.
All right, so that'll end the third inning there. So the Rangers still lead 1-0. So we head to the fourth inning.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
Doesn't get any better than this.
Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball.
If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
Yeah. For me, it's really important for us to establish an identity.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again. What do you have, Toronto?
I think they're a better team. They still do have the type of talent in-house that they really can make it work.
A team that is all in on 2025. It is
2025 is going to be a big year for Bo Bichette. This team is for real.
Their pitching rotation is the most experienced in the division with Gausman.
A swing and a miss. Offensively, this team has what it takes. Pitching, it has what it takes to be that World Series contender.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. For something completely new, there's Spinball. Just spin the wheel and build your team for a chance to win. And can't forget the classics like Trivia, By the Numbers, and MLB Bingo. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
We have an animal on the field. Skunk City. Oh, nobody is going near it. Look at that. Killer skunk. Going into the dugout. That'll empty that dugout in a hurry. Look at him go. And the cameraman. Oh, the cameraman took off.
Sox.com/5050 through the 8th inning of tonight's game for a chance to win half of the net jackpot. See official rules for full details.
First pitch swinging, Corey
Seager's up.
First pitch at 13 first pitch home runs last year.
Strike one to him.
He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Moving on to the fourth inning on a murky evening at Fenway. Peterson on deck.
And that'll be a base hit for Corey Seager.
It's going to get right by him and bounce into the stands.
Go into the stands for a ground rule double.
So Seager with a double to start the fourth.
Well, there's the one thing with Nate, right? I mean, when it comes to Giolito, this is that changeup. He's throwing two breaking balls here, a slider and a curveball. You know, when you start looking at pitch count, 47, 49 pitches, only two breaking balls, both are balls. Like, this is what he did up in Toronto, right? Fastball, changeup, but that third time through, he gave up a couple homers on it. He can survive if he locates.
Shot out to right by Peterson.
And Jock Peterson's going to get that down for his second base hit of the night. That'll be another ground rule double. and that'll score a run.
So
I'll make it a 2-0 ball
Seager
game.
will score on a 2-base hit by Peterson, 2-0 Texas.
Just wonder, like, the 2-pitch mix, right? This breaking ball.
Jock Peterson's been one of the worst
Show him a
players in the
different look,
league.
right?
2 base hits tonight, though.
Back-to-back fastball hits by Jock, but you look at both.
Single and a double.
Seager's changeup right down the middle, 81. This is 90, right down the middle, and it's location. You know, whether it's going to be the 2-pitch sequence is fine, but down and away changeups or, you know, heaters on the corners is different. Those are the two mistakes.
Here's Simeon 0 for 1.
That's ball 1.
Simeon, a 3-time All-Star, Gold Glover. Toronto, several years ago, hit 45 home runs.
That'll be ball 2.
Adolis Garcia on deck, nobody out, a man at second. And the changeup past him, 2-1.
That'll be strike 1.
Talking about, you can locate a changeup right there. You can get away with it.
That's it. Especially in that count, 2-0.
2-1 count.
That's just unhittable.
Marcus Semien. And that'll go down for a base hit.
Peterson to third.
Jock Peterson will advance to third, but he will not go home.
That's 3
So we got runners
consecutive
on
hits to
first
begin
and
the
third.
fourth inning. Off of Giolito.
I feel like you still got to find, like, one of those 2 breaking balls, right? You talk about 2-pitch mixes out of bullpens, but when you're a starter and you're facing the lineup twice, you're facing the lineup 3 times, like, you give them a little different look. I just think it makes it hard. With 2 pitches coming at you.
First and third, Garcia, dangerous guy. His first time up. His outstanding power.
That's fouled off. Strike 1 to Adolis Garcia. Adolis Garcia has a walk tonight. Hitting .217 on the year. The .650 OPS. 4 home runs, 17 RBIs.
6 hits now for Texas. Mentioned they hired Brett Boone to be the new offensive coordinator, otherwise known as a hitting coach, and that'll be in there for strike.
Well, you know, it's one of the worst offenses in the American League. You know, they're last in batting average. So does Brett Boone come in here and say anything today? It just sometimes change, maybe a different voice, a different conversation. Come out here that night, first night back, and you're swinging.
High fly, right center field. Deep enough to get it done. Abreu will make the catch.
So Abreu will catch that for out number 1.
He is in to score.
So Jock Peterson's going to tag up. He'll score from third. That'll make it a 3-0 ball game, but out number 1.
Red Sox slowly digging themselves a hole here against the Rangers.
Yeah, I don't like it.
On a wet night.
There's a guy in the ball deal that's really cruising right now here through 3.
Yeah, and a guy who loves the mound at Fenway. Here's Carter. He'll go the other way, a one-hopper. Story will track it down, but he has to stick it in his back pocket.
The fuck,
That's
dude?
a base hit.
That'll be another base
Carter
hit.
just called up today from the minors with an infield single, and it's first and second.
So Evan Carter with a base hit.
Second, right? Look at Campbell. I know they're shifting way over.
Andrew Bailey's coming out to talk to Lucas Giolito here.
Yeah, it's no man's land right there.
Trying to calm him down.
Speed, both sides. You weren't getting Carter. Your only play and hope would have been second, but I think he's safe.
Bailey out to the hill. The Yankees are hosting the San Diego Padres. They're 0-0 in the third inning. There are a lot of really interesting series in baseball tonight. Seattle against the Athletics in Sacramento should be fascinating. The Giants and the Cubs, 2-0 San Francisco in the second inning.
The American League West is fascinating. I mean, the Oakland A's and Mark Kotsay, what they've done in that division from a team that just went through body blow after body blow. And
Rain picking up again.
This year, Kotsay, let's win this division. It might be just a little clubhouse talk. Ryan Dempster picked him to win it. You know, you think it's all he until
That's
you
ball
look
1
up and they're a game
to
out.
Jonah Heim.
You know, the Angels are 6.5 out.
Jonah Heim 1 for 1 tonight.
Astros, you know, it's like, where are they going to
This will be the
this year?
60th
But
pitch on the night
right
for
now,
Lucas Giolito.
Oakland's playing good ball. That's a great series.
That's strike one.
Mets are at Arizona. A lot of good series underway.
I still find myself looking up at the scoreboard, seeing ATH and not knowing what it is.
Yeah.
Right? There's no oak.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
It's just ATH.
You're right.
Just athletics. That's all they are. Not the Oakland Athletics anymore.
Look at that. Who knew?
Jonah Heim will take a fastball missing, 2-1.
Guys, you just
2-1
taught me
count.
something. I just looked out there, same thing. I'm like, who's ATH? Oh, yeah. Okay, athletics.
We look at the Red Sox schedule. We go there in September. I was like, where's ATH? Where we go?
That's brand new. They had to make that behind the wall, of course, that ATH. Fouled back here by Heim.
2-2.
Yeah, we're waiting for that one, too. See, here's my problem. I just watched the monitor. So one of these, it's going to be a foul ball. I'm like, oh, that looks like it might be coming up to us. And you're
going to have porcelains. They're $1,500. I think they went up. They're $2,000 a tooth, Lou. You're going to thank me. It's going to be 16 for.
Brett, how's the racetrack look to you?
Tax. I'm going to call you.
Clearly, they don't care.
I think Kev knows a guy.
Yeah, I got a guy. It's like
I mean, it's all up to the ump.
Rush McGee just wiped
That's the thing about rain delays in MLB. It's like the
Fastball
thing is,
misses,
before the
3-2.
game starts, it's up to the home team. So the home team can decide whether or not the game is going to be delayed,
So that was basically Lou saying,
like
hey, Kevin,
before the start of the game. But once the game starts, it's all up to the umpire.
Kevin, they're not Oakland. Great.
Or like I guess local governments. I guess like Chicago's super strict about lightning.
Simeon charging around. He's going to score.
And Marcus Simeon's going to
And
score.
he'll be safe at
That's
first
a
and
base
third,
hit.
and just pecking away here. 4-0.
Except for in the
Texas.
postseason,
Jonah Heim is 2 for 2.
when it's all determined by MLB.
It's their 5th hit in the inning and only 1 away.
Well, he gets it at 3-2. He's just going to go fastball, right? You know, kept it down. The ball was hit hard.
I mean, it's raining, but they don't care.
For that double play ball, can't get it. Finds a hole.
And Brendan Bernardino is about to start warming up in the Red Sox bullpen.
So Brendan Bernardino's warming up.
Here comes Josh Young, the 7th man to hit for
Yep,
Texas
Josh
here in
Young.
the 4th.
It's a weird 9-hole hitter because he's a good player. At a Texas Tech, first rounder. But you look down, you're like, man, you want to talk about lengthening a lineup. 9-hole's not a joke, you know. We talk about leadoff hitter a lot in the big leagues, you know, Paul Goldschmidt leading off and all these guys. But the 9-hole, this gives you some depth. He's hit third, he's hit
That'll
fourth
be ball 2.
with his team, and now he's at 9th.
Last year suffered a fractured wrist. Was limited
Yeah, that
to
rain's
46
coming.
Games, but
Coming
he
down.
can swing it. 23 home runs 2 years ago. So first base tagged down, but not in time. As Heim is safely back to first, 4-0. The Rangers.
Well, this is like we talked about when this game started. You know, all the offensive struggles. The
I don't like this game, man.
So Jonah Heim, you know what he can do. Josh Young, Adoli.
Not having
these
fun
guys, Simeon,
watching the
they're all
Boston Red
struggling.
Sox tonight.
And they come out here and they start getting hits, and it's like, yeah, this is more like what you thought with this line.
High fly right field. Not deep. Abreu coming on. Near the line. He'll make the catch. The runner will hold as the throw comes back in. Gets away from Toro for a moment. But Carter staying put at third. 2 down. Showing respect for the arm of Wilyer Abreu.
Yeah, I thought with Carter on third, you're up 4-0. Then we talked about putting pressure on defense. Abreu throws as well as anybody in the big leagues. Got gold in that glove. But maybe one of those situations you try, you still got to make a great throw, a great tag, and that throw is probably 20 feet up the line. Who knows?
And it's wet.
Yeah, there's just sometimes there are times if you're out, you're out.
Top of the order in Smith. Singled his first.
And the rain's almost gone
Foul
now.
his next one.
And it'll be gone for the rest of the
In
night.
this inning for the Rangers. Brett Boone sitting over there going, I thought you guys had offensive problems. That's the reason I'm here, but they were swinging it tonight. Actually, they did on Sunday. Scored 8 runs on Sunday.
You're Brett Boone. You say, see, I'm the answer, right? Look at me. Look at these guys swinging it.
It's Josh Smith back up.
I don't get the idea that Brett is a huge analytics guy necessarily. That's not going to be his bailiwick. His brother, a different deal. Manager of the Yankees.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good call. But maybe, you know, the brothers are talking. Maybe Brett's kind of crews on that side. It seems like this generation, you got to kind of have that in your back pocket. But you're right, Mooney's adapted that side.
2-1 right by him. Long inning for Lucas, though.
Yeah, and who knows really what the issue was in Texas, but sometimes maybe, hey, just throw all these numbers, throw all this stuff, break down swings, but just get in the box, compete, let's battle, you know, let's see the ball, let's hit the ball, maybe, I don't know, you simplify it sometimes.
Fine player, 3-time All-Star, won the Silver Slugger a couple times, 4 times he won the Gold Glove. First ever third-generation player in Major League history. The Boone family. Line drive, that'll skip up and
God damn it, man.
Is in. Carter will score.
Another base hit, Josh Smith.
5-0 Texas.
This is fucking stupid.
Smith with a solid base hit, his second knock tonight. And they have opened it up. The Rangers 5-0.
All right, so they're gonna bring in Bernie, I think.
Like another changeup.
No, not yet.
Just sort of stayed through up the middle, 82, outer half, but it's up. We're talking about location, but it's just, well, this is the second time through the order. It's tough with 2 pitches. I keep saying it, but it is.
Here's Langford. He's the 9th man to hit in this inning. And he'll rip one up the middle.
And there's a base hit.
To score another run. Smith will score.
Fuck's sakes.
And it's a merry-go-round inning, 6-0 Rangers. This one getting away fast, and the raindrops at Fenway. Here comes the manager. Long inning and a short night for Lucas Giolito. 5 runs so far charged to him.
So Lucas Giolito's being taken out of the game.
What he did in his debut in Toronto.
It's frustrating.
And he
very, very frustrating outing there for Lucas Giolito. Gives up 6 runs, and Brendan Bernardino's going to come in.
It's time. Yes, the time has come for a fresh approach to dog food. Every day, more dog people are deciding it's time to quit the kibble and feed their dogs fresh food from the farmer's dog. Made by vets and delivered right to your door, precisely portioned for your dog's needs. It's an idea whose time has come. The time has come.
Arguably one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the game.
At 100 miles an hour, Sandy ties a career high 14 strikeouts.
This guy is a difference maker for the Marlins. He's a staff ace. He wants to take the ball, man.
So Giolito gets the hook here. His pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the lowest prices. 3 2/3. What a scuffle to get that last out. He's behind first and second. 5 runs in the inning. Give it a look at our FordNow.com call to the bullpen. Bernardino trying to get out of it. Against
Brandon Bernardino's in. Corey Seager's up to hit. 1-1 count.
As well. Well, 2.31 ERA.
Seager started this inning with a double. Ground rule double. It skipped into the stands down the right field line. So the onslaught got underway. Seager, a 5-time All-Star. Bernardino trying to end it. 2-2.
2-2.
6 runs, 10 hits for Texas. Only the 4th inning. Rangers trying to turn their early season around. Actually got off to a great start. They were 8-2 at one point. 3-9 since then.
That'll be full count, 3-2.
Bruce Bochy making a coaching change, or it was made for him, for his team, by Chris Young.
Rangers trying to win back-to-back for the first time since April 17th.
Let's go. Shattered bat line foul.
That's fouled off. It's a very long inning here.
8-1 on Sunday. It was the second time in 2 weeks they'd scored more than 2 runs. Second time in 2 weeks more than 2 runs. Tonight they got 6.
Yeah, it is. And it's just been a hit fest, right? You found a couple that found the hole, a couple line drives, back-to-back ground rule doubles, little location spots with that changeup, kind of the ones that stayed up in the middle. They have not missed it. They haven't popped it up. They haven't hit at anybody. It's been line drive after line drive.
7 hits in the inning. And a new stick here for Seager. Three and 2 the count. And a payout pitch from the lefty. Runners on the move, and he'll do it again. 8th pitch coming up from Bernardino. Three-two again. That's going to be strike 3.
And that'll be strike 3, so that'll finally bring us to the bottom of the 4th inning here, but the Rangers score 5 more runs to make it a 6-0 ball game here in Boston, Massachusetts.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
That's an owl, in case you're wondering. That's one of the few fans who looks at Canseco and says, cool. What are they going to do? Expecting to pick up a baseball?
Oh, poor baby. You know, I did read a year ago that
Yes.
Canseco absolutely loves animals.
Durwood Merrill.
Oh, wait, Durwood.
Leave a little opening at the top, guys.
The Mets were a great story last season. You got to think the expectations are sky high. They know that they're built to win.
I love the additions.
Juan Soto to the Mets.
It's real. This is landscape changing. That changes the arc of the Mets.
Want to make a dynasty.
Really like their bullpen a lot.
It's going to take everything from everybody. You got to stay together and you got to post up.
Raffy to hit a home run or get 2 or more RBI tonight. Sox are going to need a big night from him. They're down 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
All right, so here's Rafael Devers.
The Red Sox alone hit so far. Then it's Bregman and then Campbell. Against Nathan Eovaldi, who came in with a 2.11 ERA.
So yeah, the rain is gone in Boston, and it looks pretty much. It looks like we can play this game out without issue. But now I don't like this game.
3.53 mean, there's a handful of starts. He might miss 4 or 5, whatever, throughout a year, but he's just been so good. Been a horse for this team.
Loves Fenway, too. Baldy's 18 quality starts at Fenway since 2018. They're the most by any pitcher in this ballpark over that span. He likes his mound a lot, too. 2-1.
That'll be 2-2.
Yeah, you got the same thing, right, with hitters' eyes, with hitters and batters' boxes, and there's no doubt that pitchers love certain mounds. Toronto always used to be a favorite mound. They felt it was a little taller.
2-2 on the way to Devers.
Old Pro Player Stadium, Marlin days, OB, people love pitching there. Little taller mound, because at the football field they bring this mound in.
They did. Those pitching staffs loved that hill. Loved it. 3-2. And just missed for ball 4.
And that'll be ball 4, so Rafael Devers will take first base.
American League in that category. He's aboard. Bregman next. Change your lettuce, change your life. With Dr. Matthew Lopresti, the hair doctor for Tom Karen. Free consultations at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Bregman fanned in the first inning.
Yeah, there's Bregman.
Socked back toward the wall.
And that's going to be out number 1. Fuck, that really fucking got me,
Back to the fence. Back to first goes Devers.
got me hyped up.
And 1 away.
Looked like he just got in him just a little bit, right? Ambush, fastball swing. Sunk right above that. You can see a little sinker just kind of tail last minute, just a little bit.
Off the bat, you thought this was wall ball all day long, right?
Yeah.
You see Langford's got an eye on it. So must have just got in on him. You mentioned a little bit of movement in, just missed the barrel.
Christian Campbell 0 for 1. 287 with 4 home runs for the rookie. Just won the April American League Rookie of the Month. Plus a couple of days in March. Devers on at first.
Those are the pitches that have been so impressive to watch him for a week. And this is why he's hitting 4th, because Cora wants this at bat. Like the way Devers is taking walks, Bregman followed by Campbell. They force guys back to back to back to find the zone. He's able to lay off that slider just down in the way.
It's the great hitters, right? Soto, Barry Bonds you can go to, but like they can see ball strike quick. When we swing at the 17 inches, maybe 18 inches, you know, you kind of work a little bit off. Better chance, obviously, for hard contact. And then we expand as hitters, and then you kind of like go in this little, what am I swinging at? What's your approach? But he's an on-base machine. Bat to ball skills, doesn't have to look pretty. Kind of starts off with a close stance. He leaks a little bit with the front side, love it. Front shoulder stays in, and you're just throwing that barrel to the baseball. I've seen him rifle balls down the right field line for doubles. He pulls homers, but at the end of the day, like Miguel Perez said, your fastballs go to right center field as a right-hand hitter, and the hanging break balls go to left field.
Got a piece of that to hang in. When you had him as a guest today, did he tell you about his very first Major League road trip where he was wondering where his roommate was?
As I'm walking out, maybe Alex Cora said, hey, ask him about his first road trip. So I did, and he's like, man, yeah, I didn't know in the big leagues that you didn't have roommates. So I asked Alex, who's my roommate going to be? And I said, that's the innocence and the love that you love about this kid. Just a baseball player. I had no idea. Shouldn't. Hadn't been here yet.
2. I mean, he had not been out of the country until the Sox went down and played in Mexico in Monterrey, so he had to go get a passport for the first time.
Yeah,
a lot of firsts for him.
He barely figured out what minor league ball was like. He's only down there for a year.
Right.
The speedster in Tampa, that was his teammate over at Georgia Tech.
2-2 on the way. He will cut
and that's strike 3.
For strike 3. 2 down.
Now number 2.
In front of William Abreu. You brought this point up earlier on the Red Sox schedule, and It feels like a miss at this point where their record is right now. The Red Sox have played only 6 of their first 36 games against opponents who currently own a winning record. 7 fewer games than any other team in baseball. They're facing another team tonight that's underwater at the moment, 1 game under 500 in the Rangers.
Well, the reality is, if you don't play good baseball, you can lose to anybody in this league, right? If they tighten some things up, finish off games, finish off at bat, swing the bat, you can beat anybody. But it does get a lot harder here moving forward. I remember last year they rolled down. Remember that Chicago trip? The White Sox, the worst team in the history of the game. They had to come back in Game 4 just to split the series. We said, okay, this could be it, right? Downfall. Phillies coming to town. Yankees coming to town. That's when this team went on a run. It was they
played their best baseball of the year.
Yeah, where'd that come from, right? So obviously not off to a good start here tonight.
2-0 fouled away by Graves. 0 for 1 fouled
off.
So there have been times, there have been stretches where the Red Sox looked like they were going to run anybody they played out of the building. And recently had a stretch of 6 consecutive starts that were quality starts, which is hard to do in this league, right? So you pull pieces of that, the way they played against the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, not a great baseball team, but just blew them out of the building.
When I go back to Giolito's last start, that 6-0 lead up in Toronto. At that point, you were 14-1 when leading after 6. You're now 15-4. Like, you've blown 3 since then. You were rolling. It was like, okay, this team's about to take off. And the next thing you know, the last week, it's not been pretty.
Hot shot to second. Simeon will flip on the first base side, retired.
And that'll be out number 3. So that'll bring us to the end of the 4th inning. We'll head to the 5th inning here in Boston, Massachusetts in a 6-0 ball game. Fucking not happy.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
Arguably one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the game.
At 100 miles an hour, Sandy ties a career high 14 strikeouts.
This guy is a difference maker for the Marlins. He's a staff ace.
He wants to take the ball, man. He has been great.
Sandy Alcantara has thrown a complete game shutout.
It's like if I faced you, you got no respect for me.
No.
Exactly.
Horse in the front of the rotations.
The guy that wanted to finish what he starts.
Shutout for Sandy Alcantara.
The Braves have staying power. Just an absolute powerhouse. Big-time bombers in the lineup that could really, really hurt you. They're going to be a force again.
Your 2024 National League Cy Young Award winner.
This is what the Braves do. Watch him go to work.
Swing and a miss. What a way to finish for Chris Sale.
Explosiveness, with the velocity, with the velocities of his pitches.
The man is on fire.
He is MLB.
Inning 5 is powered by Salem 5 Bank. Lou Merlone alongside Uncle Kevin Millar in for the first couple games of the series. Dave O'Brien and Jemai Webster. Red Sox down 6-0 as we begin the 5th inning.
So Brandon Bernardino's still in for the 5th inning.
He was part of that uprising when they scored 5 times in the 4th.
Jock Peterson's moved his average just today from 094 to 115. Still not great, but 2 hits tonight.
Tonight, already 10 hits to the Red Sox.
What does that sound?
Shows bunt, fouls it away. All the things you did in your career, Kevin, do you go back to the moment where you worked Mariano Rivera for that walk in the ALCS here at Fenway Park as the best thing you ever did?
I would say the 3 home run game against the Yankees might have been the best thing, because it's the first time I've ever done that in life.
Yeah.
As far as an individual achievement, and it was started off so brutal because I made an error in the first inning. I think I overthrew Veritek on a base loaded shot by Jambi, and it was the first time I got boos, and I was kind of in that struggle buddy, and the trade deadline's coming up. So it was a weird time, and then hit a home run, and then hit another one, and then all of a sudden hit a tying home run, the 8th of Tom Gordon. But I think individually that achievement, obviously the walk and the circumstances of what was going on, it was the most unbelievable at bat after the whole thing came together. At that moment it was cute, but we still need to steal second and get a hit score. Dave Roberts, which Billy Miller did, and then Big Poppy said, here, come with me, game 4 and 5, and then, you know, it happened. But yeah, there's so many things that go on in your career as a player, and there's so many struggles and ups and downs and the grades and stuff, but then at the end of the day,
the Marcus Semien,
you don't realize a lot of that stuff.
2-1.
And you're like, man, that was cool. Hit 3 home runs against the Yankees. As a Boston Red Sox, and at that time, I think it was like Mo Vaughn and Ted Williams or something. You know, now it's happened a lot more, but it was crazy. You know, I couldn't even roll a ball defensively against somebody. And my first one to junior high school.
2-1, ripped into left field now for a hit.
There's a base hit for Marcus Semien.
Will reach first base here to put another man in the hit column. That's 11 of them. I think about it, the serendipity of that, because you were the guy who said, don't let us win tonight. And the Red Sox don't win anything unless you work. Best closer I ever saw.
Yes. He didn't walk anybody. That was everything. Besides him dominating with the cutter, but his command's impeccable, and that's where he didn't get enough credit, because we talk about the cutter. But when Posada would set up inside with a cutter to a righty, it started at your front hip. You had to stay in because it feels like he's going to drill you. And then when he stepped inside to a lefty, like he broke 5 bats a game, Trot, Johnny, and whoever else was coming up, Veritek, but he was impeccable with his command. So that was the strange thing. And, you know, Joe Torre talks about it. I still kick myself for not walking out there like, go after him. And I've told you this before. I've had a home run against Mario Rivera. Pitchers know who's had them, or had we called in the book. When a big home run was at Yankee Stadium, they were up by 6 and probably get some more, or whatever it was. It wasn't like a game-winning home run, but
he remembered.
Yeah, you go deep, and you know who you go deep off of. And I know the pitchers know the same thing, so it wasn't like, oh yeah, let me just throw him middle in, because it's 308 and never know.
Well, it's so true. When everybody talks about Rivera, I already do it with one pitch, and it's like, yeah, he had one pitch, but he put it wherever he wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and if he found out a lefty would chase that cutter in, he just kept going in further and further and further. He wouldn't pitch to the plate, he pitched to your swing.
Off the barrel, right? We talk about contact off the barrel. And that's what he had, because that pitch that he's invented and dominated with, it was awesome.
And another base hit. Adolis Garcia.
Hits just keep on coming. The runners at first and second.
It's not fun.
You had a good eye. You walked 5 times in that series.
Yeah, I mean,
this is not fun at all.
I tried to always, it didn't work out, but I tried to always have the same walks, same strikeouts. You just try to battle, right? And it's just, counts are different. You have leverage counts, 2-0, 3-1. It's go time, 0-0, ambush time, got it. But there are counts, 0-2, 1-2. You're battling to get back to those hitters' counts. I mean, there have out pitches. But that cat and mouse game, that dogfight in the batter's box between the pitcher and the batter, I think it's the best in all sports, period.
2 on and 1 out, and Bernardino will drop in a strike.
Hated striking out, though. I hated striking out. I'd rather pop up to the pitcher than strike out. This is a generation where strikeouts and outs are considered saying they walk off, they 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. I'm like, I felt like going over the Tobin Bridge, you know, he'd strike out 3 times. It was just, there is an adjustment period at that plate. There's nights that, yeah, but that was kind of like...
I don't know if I've ever asked you this, but I mean, you get 2 out, you're on the verge of being eliminated, swept by the Yankees. When you got up to hit against Mariano, what was your mindset? What were you thinking when you got into the box? Were you thinking about, oh, here we are right on the edge of
take it deep?
Yeah.
Going deep there. I was hoping he made a mistake with that cutter. He threw a 1-0 cutter that was in middle-ish that I pulled foul. That was the only pitch that, but I was trying to hit home run. There's no like get three hits against Mariano. This is where you got to try and tie the ball game.
Popped up and Toro over to give it a look, but off into the box seats.
That was my honest thinking. In that walk into the plate, it was, I'm going deep. And so, you know, my foot was, I was stepping. If you watch the video, I'm leaking to the boat sheet right now. I mean, it was just, I was on the dish and I'm looking to pull. And it, you know, I got one pitch to swing out. The rest of them was history. But Dave Roberts' steal was, you knew he was going. He picked over, and it was just so close. Posada did a great job and everything.
Swinging and a miss on a breaking ball to strike out Carter. So there was.
So then Carter strikes out.
Dave stealing the base, and then Bill Miller, the base hit. It all had to happen in order for the Red Sox to survive, just to tie the game, and then later win it. And of course, win the series, which was, I still can't believe it was the Yankees.
Billy Miller homered off Mariano with a game winner on the night the Veritek and the A-Rod scene.
Yeah.
You know, so there's so many things. And Mo knew that. Yeah. And Billy hit Mo. He's probably the best hitter against Mariano Rivera with hard contact, especially as a left-hander. And he really had great at-bats against Mariano Rivera, and that was an unbelievable base hit in the middle. You know, so like Billy Ballgame, what a baseball player.
It had to happen against the Yankees, didn't it?
It felt like the World Series, OB. Honest to God, we won that series, and you're like, oh. And you look over, and you got the Cardinals with Scott Rowland, Jim Edmonds, Edgar Renteria, Larry Walker. Like, they had won 103 games, I believe. They were an American League team.
Was that? I'm curious too, because I think we've talked about it before, but because in 03 that series was crazy too, right? The Yankees went and the Marlins just walked through them. Concerns that emotional win was going to
strike three, and that'll end the inning. So that'll bring us to the bottom of the fifth inning.
6-0 Texas.
Still a 6-0 ball game.
Let's talk Orioles. A powerhouse and getting better.
They have a lot of young players, and you know they're going to take another step.
Leave up the kid to do something special. These guys are superstar players.
Talk about smacking the opponent in the mouth from pitch one.
That's the day in, day out, and finding a way to win.
They've done an incredible job of bringing up this homegrown talent.
Take a bow, young man.
The good vibes are back in Baltimore.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Baseball and community go hand in hand. And with Pitch, Hit, and Run, you can make a lasting impact. Register to showcase the foundational skills of young athletes from your local community in the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball, known as Pitch, Hit, and Run. Make an impact today. Pitch, Hit, and Run. Scan the QR code to sign up and host an event.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This is our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona.
It's presented by FanDuel, and for Trevor Story, Abraham Toro, and Carlos Narvaez. Look at the numbers.
So Trevor Story is up to hit. And that'll be strike one.
Trevor 0 for 1. 12 hits for Texas. Red Sox have been held to 1 by Nathan Eovaldi. And he had a start on April 1.
That'll be ball one.
He had a Maddox. He had a
so 1-1 count to Trevor Story. Trevor Story 0 for 1 tonight.
99 pitches going all the way. Came in with an ERA of 2.11 to begin with. 1-2.
Well, we mentioned before, this pitching staff, what they've been getting out of them, this rotation's been outstanding. Offense, not so much. I think of this staff, you feel like you put 6 up offensively. Right now, Nate's just kind of a walk in the park, isn't it?
getting less than 2 runs of support per game. So this is an embarrassment of riches for him tonight. They have 6 up there behind him. 2-2.
Yeah, his pitch counts down. He's got 64 pitches. But I just like watching him pitch. More so against other teams than the Red Sox, but he is fun to watch, you know. And nothing but great things behind the scenes. Takes care of people, great heart, just a good teammate.
Always had that very solid reputation here in Boston, big time. Classy guy.
Gets it, right? Gets it. Bill, you got it, guys. Gets it. Taught well by somebody.
Also, there's a reason why the guy is now, pitching as long as he has. You talk about him like, every 5th day you see the guy on the mound, but the other 4 days, the work that he puts in. He was great for some of these young guys when he showed up, saw the work ethic, what it takes to be a starter in this league.
Red Sox Jimmy Fund captain in 22. Will always have a special place in Red Sox history for that heroic World Series Game 3 performance.
Yeah, he will.
Swing and a miss. He puts away.
See, everybody makes such a big deal about that game, though. Like, and don't get me wrong, he did great. But they still lost that game. Like, everybody makes such a big deal about that game. But, like, the Red Sox still lost. I think what's more impressive is the fact that he pitched, what was it? 6, 7 innings and extra innings. And then the next night came out and made a start and fucking pitched his ass off. That's the impressive part to me. Not that game itself. Like, yeah, he did pitch really well in that game before giving up the walk-off. But
the PF Chang's had some buddies in town for Beaumont was awesome, but it was like it would have been way better with a W. It's kind of like, yeah, you feel good, it's great, but we lost the game. We tied up 8-8 and we lost.
Abraham Toro getting the start at first, rips that one the other way.
Yeah, there's a base hit for Abraham Toro. His first base hit with the Red Sox. That's going to be a... no!
He is out.
Fuck!
Toro
trying to make it a double, but gets out at...
double, and he's erased at second.
Fuck!
Yeah, this is one of those ones, it's a scene. Because you feel double immediately when you start seeing the numbers and Wyatt Langford goes back, but you know that Fenway Park Green Monster's right there. You're down by 6. It's a tough one. You appreciate the pressure. Trust me, everybody around is like, well, how do you get thrown out? It feels closer than you do until you get about 20 feet to the bag. You're like, oh boy. And then you got to figure out a swim move and it doesn't work out.
Narvaez will look at a ball. He's 0 for 1 with a K. One more look.
You hit a ball over left fielder's head as a hitter, it's always double. Yep. That's an easy double. The inexperience at Fenway Park, when you're about 3/4 of the way or 1/3 of the way to second base, you know you're going to be out. You're thinking, this isn't good. We're down 6-0. Right? But you hit a ball over an outfielder's head. That's a double.
Right, and if he bobbles that or throws it in between hop, he's safe. It's a great aggressive play, but it is. I mean, it's 5th inning. I don't mind it. I know the out was the out, but it is a harder read than you think because out of the box it's 2-2-2-2-2-2.
As you both point out, a learning experience.
100%. But that hits a light. If it hits one of the scores, it bounces off. I mean, that play had to be perfect to Wyatt. He made a great play, great throw, great tag. And obviously Toro, good swing. It just stinks going back to dugout knowing that, all right, that's a learning moment.
Langford put it right there. So the base is empty with 2 away. 6-0, the Rangers. Bounding ball.
That'll be a base hit for Carlos Narvaez. Yeah, he's going to go down to second. Nice.
Narvaez will head into second and stop there. And the Red Sox have a man in scoring position.
Could have been a run right there.
Yeah, that's like a similar read, right?
Or runners on second and third.
In front of you. It's down that right field line. You're going to get a look at it the whole way. If that ricochets off that wall right to Garcia, you're staying where you are. But the way this thing comes off, hits that railing.
It goes up and then softens it.
Yeah, you know it's an easy double.
He's got a scary arm out there. That's one of those plays you just saw your buddy get thrown out to, and then you're like,
so you're still down Rafaela?
Garcia's ready to hose somebody.
He does. Rafaela lines that one. Smith. It's in his glove. He couldn't find it.
No clue where it was.
That's
Look
crazy.
What I found.
Yeah, he's just showing off.
Side retired.
It really could have been a base hit, but
Things are starting to really come together for the A's.
so that'll end the 5th inning as we head to the 6th inning here in Boston, Massachusetts in a 6-0 ball game.
The chance for their offense to just explode.
Have yourself a start to the season. Tyler Soderstrom.
There's a buzz in this place.
One on it, Maston. Down he goes.
Invest in Mason Miller. There's some young superstar type talent.
We're trying to wake the whole league up and the whole world up, that we're not playing on
I think they have a chance to actually scare some people.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Deep left center, Kittle turning around. Goodbye, home run. No, it hit the roof. It hit the roof and came back in. He may have it inside the park, home run. No, they're going to hold him. They can't. He went through the side. Fisk has got him. There's one for the books.
See that line drive by Rafaela Smith over there playing with the glove. Probably a little bit bigger than he's used to. Maybe didn't even feel it go in. He's still looking for it until he looks in the glove. How about that? It's a guy kind of like a utility guy, right? Been around, probably using a bigger glove than he's used to. You can feel it hit the mitt.
Young will lead things off and take a ball outside. The new pitcher, Sean Newcomb.
Ball 1 to Josh Young. Sean Newcomb's in. Has a 4.24 ERA and 23 in a third innings pitched this year.
During the series in Cleveland recently, and a liner and caught by Story. Man, they've hit a lot of line drives tonight. One down.
Sean's probably going to be asked here maybe to try to give you 4 here and finish this thing off. Maybe keep it where it is, but seen him out of the pen for the first time in his last outing against Cleveland. A little different usage. Maybe leaned on that 4-seam fastball slurve more than he has as a starter.
Josh Smith here, he's 2 for 3. Drove in a run with a base hit, scored in the 4th.
I'm
they
pissed.
scored 5 times to chase Giolito.
This is supposed to be a good team.
Allowed 6 earned runs on 10 hits. Tomorrow night, 6:45, we're back at you. It's be Tanner Houck against Tyler Bailey. Fouled in the air off to the left. He's a right-hander.
Great, just what I needed, another Red Sox
We'll
game.
close out the series in homestand on Thursday afternoon at 1:35. That'll be Bayo against Jack Leiter. And the 1-2. Chasing.
Al Liner's around here. I saw Jack today in the dugout over there doing the show, and he says, Dad's around here somewhere these 3 days. Old Happy Eyes, Al Liner.
Happy Eyes.
He's a good dude, man, and cool just to come see his son pitch in the big league, right?
Speaking of cutters.
That was a heck of a pitcher.
Run that little cutter in on you.
Just kept chasing you. I used to yell, get off me again. He's like Lester. They just keep chasing you, the lefties.
Al tossed a no-hitter. Foul at home plate.
Yeah. Was that with the Marlins?
Yeah. Won a World Series with them.
Yeah, 97.
He started the finale, that game 7.
Was he have 2? Did he win one in Toronto? I believe he was he?
He might have another one, second ring. Have to take a look at that. 3-2. And he's going to walk it. So Smith is aboard for the 3rd time in the game.
Josh Smith get on base with a walk.
6 runs on 12 hits for the Rangers, nothing across 3 hits for the Sox. Batting stats are presented by F.W. Webb, where the pros go.
Leiter, 2-time champ, 93 with Toronto.
0-1.
Had a chance for 3 really with the Mets, right? They lost to the Yankees.
That's where I saw him out in New York.
Yeah.
Mets.
Al had like 3 different stages of his career. Go back to those early days with Toronto, and then he became a star there.
That's going to be ball 1, so 1-1 count here to Wyatt Langford.
At the end, in between there, he had other teams, but had those 3 kind of distinct careers all in one.
Gave you everything he had every night.
Did. Really fine pitcher. Langford at 298 with 6 home runs. That'll get through Narvaez and advance the runner. Smith's down to second. So another man in scoring position. They're going to call that a wild pitch. It's debatable.
Yeah. I don't know if it's crossed up or what, or he just missed it.
Seager on deck. Giants leading the Cubs 5-2. They're in the 5th inning. 2 teams off to very good starts. 3-1. Foul away. Red Sox have a very tough road trip coming up after this homestand ends on Thursday. Heading to Kansas City. Royals have really been playing well. And then to play at Detroit, where the Tigers hardly ever lose. Swing and a miss. He put him away with a slider. 2 down.
Yeah, Detroit is really kind of brought some confidence with that postseason appearance last year. I mean, the arms that come out of the bullpen. You know, Torkelson's just turned into that first pick that people thought. Casey Mize turned that first pick that people thought. They had a couple first picks, and now you kind of see them the game starting to slow down. But AJ Hint's done a great job over there. You know, he's got these guys believing in it. You can ask them. There's another team that thinks they're going to win that division. You know, going in there, you think Guardian, Steve Boat, has done an unbelievable job as a young manager. Just a great guy overall.
Yeah, those 2 went head-to-head in the postseason last year. It was a lot of fun to watch them manage.
It was a really fun series, right? And then you look up at the Royals. They're a team. I think they're tired of being there. We have some ability and this and that. They have. I mean, Seth Lugo's every time he step over there is help that staff develop it as an ace, and obviously Bobby Witt Jr. to watch him play baseball. He's taken on this nice little quiet leadership role. You know, where they're kind of just. They're there, and they're a team that might win that division, you know?
The Royals, yeah, after that cold start, they're playing better baseball.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about Detroit, like their bats.
I'm with you.
You know, last year it was sort of like maybe they all caught fire at the end, a lot of these young kids, but Baez, a turnaround, he's at 309. Like, a lot of these guys, Torres they bring in here, Torkelson, you mentioned, like,
learning a new position, playing center field, Javi Baez.
Can't be done.
I mean, it's just what goes on. And this guy was one of the best shortstops ever played this game for that little period with the Chicago Cubs. He was, I call him a remote stopper. And then moved to second. And then now he's in center. Like, it's what you do.
Yeah, he saved his career. He's pulled his career right out of the flames, for crying out loud. Runner at second, 2 down, and a 2-2 to Seager, who doubled earlier. At second base, a little bobble here by Campbell, and time to collect and get him. That retires the side, so nothing comes to the ball forward.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
High drive! It is out of here! Doesn't get any better than this.
Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball.
If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
Yeah, for me, it's really important for us to establish an identity.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again.
A star is born, talking about Jackson Cheerio.
It's coming into his own right before our eyes.
That truly believe in the presence and the person that Jackson Churio is.
You have to love the versatility he brings. He can play left field, he can play right field.
Youngest player in MLB history reports 20-plus homers.
I wish we would just get Roman Anthony up here, man. I think the sooner the better, because like you're obviously going to have rookie struggles. You're going to have some rookie learning period. You know, so get him up here, get him through that as soon as possible, so he can be the ball player we all know he can be. Number 2 prospect in baseball. Number 1 if you don't count Roki Sasaki. I don't know how much longer Roki Sasaki has that prospect status for anyway.
Well, that's a great baseball comment, and good guess, by the way. Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
This is the show that never ends.
Our version of this Red Sox game following post-game coverage on Sox in 2, only on NESN and streaming on NESN 360, presented by Bigelow Tea. Sox coming up here, bottom half of the 6th inning. Top of the order, Duran, Devers, Bregman against Nathan Eovaldi, who's allowed only 3 hits. Rangers lost his last one 7-1 to the Athletics, but he was excellent over 6 innings. 1 run, 6 hits, struck out 8, didn't walk anybody. Walked 1 man tonight. 0-2.
Well, he's done that pretty much 3 starts in a row. 6 innings, only given up 3 earned runs during that stretch, and he's 1-0, and that's it. Never been scoring for him, not the problem tonight.
3.1, I think, runs per game was last, right, on the average for the Rangers offense. So that's what happens when a guy's at 2 ERA and you get 2-2 record.
Yeah, ZRA dropping from 2.11 to 189 right now. And has a whip of 0.78 for strikes.
Define whip.
Walks and hits to innings pitched. 0.78. So in other words, very, very, very little traffic against Nathan Eovaldi. And popped up out of play.
There are so many terms that I really do get confused. I really do. Defensive replacement, and we got DeVore, and we got, wow. Just tell me what you're hitting, what's your ERA. I like your Ks and the walks. Do you compete? My eyeballs will tell you if you're a ball player. I don't care about your launch, exit velo. I just want to know stuff.
Swing and a miss on a curveball. And Duran is out at first. Strikes out for the 2nd time tonight.
I'm so taken out of this game, man.
3 years, $75 million. Right, this offseason at 35 years old. Still got 95 in the tank. This curveball we mentioned before coming in more play this year. Getting a ton of swing and miss. There was 15 swing and misses on opening day. They got 10 swings and misses on it. But they just didn't touch it. Getting here tonight.
Rattled, and that's going to be a foul ball off the line. The hardest hitter you ever saw in your career. You're talking about, my eyes, my ears are going to tell me all I need to know. The guy who hit the ball consistently the hardest.
It's hard not to say Barry Bonds. He made the game look the easiest, right? As far as just, I mean, Cliff Floyd, when he was right, he hit the hardest, line drive. Carlos Delgado holding dudes on at first base was not fun. John Burkett in 2003 trying to throw an 81-mile cutter on old turf as I'm trying to hold a guy, and I'm not sure if I can get away, I'll be honest with you. You know, I mean, Ryan Klesko, these big lefties.
Cliff Floyd's a good call, too, but there was a period of his career. I agree with you.
He hit
the
these
ball
hard 2-irons, right? Remember in Florida, like he came up and him and Rondell White from Montreal, but Cliffy and Klesko and Delgado and Giambi, when they smash balls left-handed, it was scary at first.
Sure.
Big Poppy can get after it, right? But it is funny, man. I guess I used to count left-handers going, please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't. They always say you want the ball. I didn't. Nope. That's not true, guys. I did not want the ball hit to me. I'm scared to death.
I usually like Kevin Millar, but tonight it's just like, I'm not in the mood, bro. I mean, I do love Kevin Millar, but it's just like, I'm not in the mood tonight.
Third, like Sheffield?
Yes.
I mean, just, he's up there and he's flipping that bat around and you're like, I'm moving back and I can't reach first, but I'm safe.
It's like the third base coaches would stand in that first row.
Yeah.
Sheffield would come out.
Did. Swing and a miss on the cutter. Struck him out. 2 down. Gary Sheffield hit more foul ball home runs than anyone ever saw.
Yeah. He was probably, as a pitcher with the wiggle, violent. Right? There's probably the scariest to face because he just hammered hitters. Middle, away, pull homers.
Bregman has struck out and flied out to left.
Yordan Alvarez, Bregman's old teammate, hits the ball hard.
All right.
I just want the game to be over already, man.
Bases loaded, tie game, extra innings. I'm at third, and Vlad Sr. is up, and we got to play it. You talk about praying not to hit it to you. Like, I'm in on turf. I'm in. Like, for what am I in for?
Yeah, it's coming here quick enough.
I mean, I can play way back, and I can still get the guy at the dish. I think he hit a double in the gap, and I walked off like, phew. I'm alive.
Bet. Liner down the right field line. That'll take a hop fair.
There you go. That's a fair ball for Alex Bregman. He'll get into second base there.
And has himself a double, and that does extend his on-base streak to 18 in a row.
I tell you, this is what's great about Valdi. He's changed up his delivery. He'll do a little Johnny Cueto quick pitch right here. He tried to do that with Breggs, and he was right there on it. So that's what Evaldi does, and that's a great piece of hitting by Bregman because he did the story. He dropped down and threw like a breaking ball and got him one, and then did this quick pitch 95 by him. Bregman stayed on that baseball. Great job, short, quick ball.
Already 14 doubles for him.
That's what Nate does too, because the next quick pitch will be a cutter. So the next quick pitch will be an off speed, right? So it's not like every quick pitch is going to be a heater.
That's right.
And that really throws you off.
Campbell trying to pick him up and put the Red Sox on the board finally. Christian tonight 0 for 2.
Man, it's a tough pitch right there. That ball just, it made it drop.
Bregman at second, 2 down. Pitch number 88 from Nathan. Disappeared, a splitter.
I hate split fingers. I think if a guy like this has that, it is, you could pitch at 2 pitches right there, Lou. You can pitch fastball split because it's just, you can't see spin, so it comes out and it's just like a, I don't know how to say it, like a wet bar of soap I keep saying. It just comes out weird.
Especially when you got 95.
Right.
The 0-2 to the rookie. Going up the middle.
There's a base hit. That'll score a run. Alex Bregman's going to come in. So that'll be a RBI double for Christian Campbell, or RBI single for Christian Campbell.
This is what makes this kid really tough. And even veterans like Evaldi, you see him shaking his head right there. This is exactly what he wanted, right? After he got ahead, he's just figuring, I'm going to come in here. I don't know if this is a little cut.
So that'll make it a 6-1 ball game.
Coming in late in that bats against him, trying to, because he's shown he can hit that fastball the other way hard, but they've been trying to bust him in, and he's still kind of getting to baseballs and still hitting it hard up the middle.
Why, but this is what I understand with pitchers, and it's why we make a living. He goes split check swing, split nasty, and then for some reason thought the cutter was the pitch there, which is either going to be the 95 elevated or stay with the split. And that's one thing. Let the hitter make the adjustment. You know, with that, those two splits they threw were probably the best of the night before that cutter. And I know he missed probably location in 0-2, but he got too much plate. But just the selection of the pitch probably was the fourth best pitch in that count. You get a break ball here, you get a split, another split, you get an elevated fastball. Maybe didn't finish with a cutter. Looks like he's going for the strikeout, right? Look at, gonna freeze him with a cutter in. Yeah, maybe the front door cutter, right?
Sean Armstrong active in their bullpen. It did come on the bat at 106.5. Campbell with the RBI, and now William Abreu trying to keep it rolling. The man at first. Lined in the left.
Oh, wow. That was a good catch.
Almost got over that glove, but not quite. As he hauls
So that'll end the 6th inning.
and ends the inning.
Red Sox score 1 run there to make it a 6-1 ball game as we head to the 7th inning in Boston, Massachusetts.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is lowering them on our 2 most popular SUVs. The always adventure-ready Pathfinder and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. From our U.S. factories to your driveway. Since 1983. Now get 3.9% APR for 60 months on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
I think this is the Phillies' division to win.
Everybody knows their role within the team and are motivated collectively to go after that World Series win.
Bryce Harper is one of the great faces of our sport.
Great ones do great things when it matters.
Trey Turner, just tools out of his mind.
Trey Turner, mammoth home run.
Zach Wheeler. This guy has been nothing but sensational since he was signed.
This fan base loves us as a team. I like the city. We have a lot of fun to be able to go to the bank every single day.
They are a complete team. Time to win for the Phillies.
The alpha dog among big league closers right here. Top of the food chain, Manuel Clase.
Jose Ramirez, one of the most unsung great players in the game of baseball.
That's why he needs his Gatorade.
Cutter at 100 miles per hour coming at you.
Home run, Jose Ramirez.
Best power, speed, and run production is Jose Ramirez, Jose Ramirez, and Jose Ramirez. He's a complete player.
Swing and a miss. You get into the 9th inning, done deal.
Power of baseball goes beyond the field.
Children's of Alabama is a hospital that serves over 300 pediatric patients. So it was incredibly important to us that we came here and was able to spread a little bit of joy. To leave a legacy when we are in different areas of the country is incredibly important to us and a priority.
Together.
6-1 Red Sox here in the top of the 7th after the Sox got one back after Christian Campbell hit an RBI single. This game has been in the hands of the bullpen guys since the 4th inning, but it was a tough last week for the Red Sox bullpen, having a hard time getting the job done in those high leverage late inning situations with Garrett Whitlock and Justin Slayton. Both Whitlock and Slayton told us that their stuff felt really good in those outings. Slayton going a step further, saying this is the best that he feels like his stuff has been in his entire young big league career, which made the end result that much more frustrating. Red Sox manager Alex Cora says it comes down to execution, says he won't shy away from putting these two back in those situations. At this stage in the season, it's just as much about building the trust as it is the confidence.
Well, nor should he. I mean, both of those guys were pitching lights out until recently.
Yeah, both those guys, we mentioned before, this team's issues, well, not tonight here, but finishing games and finishing pitches. You know, finishing at bats. Both of them get kind of burned, right, with some 2-strike breaking balls late in games, and you have to stick with it. I mean, the stuff is there.
With the road.
1,000%. I mean, Whitlock got, a little curveball or breaking ball middle of the plate, It's all location. They're gonna make mistakes, and then good hitters, hot hitters are gonna capitalize on it. But it's not like it's like this revolving door. You got your squad. You're gonna make your adjustments. Bottom line is you got to start winning ball games.
So that's it. You can't give up leads as the Red Sox did in Toronto, lose those games. But it is a recency bias for the fan base. They look at the last couple of outings and go, that's the kind of season they're having. It has not been. They've both actually thrown the ball.
Strike 2, so full count here to Marcus Semien.
performance or two. And yes, those have been very costly. I realize it.
The Red Sox have been up 19 times after the 6th inning. That's 4th in baseball behind Cubs, Mets, and Yankees. All leading the division. I mean, the good news is you're up 19 times after 6.
Fouled off.
The problem is you've given up a few, especially here in the last week.
Sure. I mean, look at Devin Williams. I mean, they got, his numbers awesome. The Yankees get him, boom. Next thing you know, he's a closer. Next thing you know, he's an 8th inning. He has a rough game last night, like sky is falling. It's a long season. It's you hear a lot, but then you go 3 months and don't give up a run. You know.
And that's strike 3.
Simeon down, Hackett hits 2 hits tonight. 2-way. Garcia will climb in. Here's 6-1. They jumped on Lucas Giolito tonight. He was done after 3 2/3, 6 runs, 10 hits in his Fenway debut with the Red Sox.
That'll be ball 1.
The Red Sox can't rally tonight. They're going to fall a game under 500. In there for a strike.
That'll be strike 1 to 1-1 count.
Great news about all that. Yankees are losing to San Diego 3-2 in the 7th.
It's not really good news. I mean, it's good news, but like,
battle through these old times.
Right. It's
the fact that we're not winning, that's safe.
I like watching him play that position. Boy, I'm gonna tell you, that's a shortstop at LSU that's can play second, short, third, like
Mr. Dog.
That bare hand played, even the chopper he got on Krimmer, just the arm strength. It's wet. We're talking about the grip. Here we go, Lulu. Boom. Everything's done perfect. That's the Tommy Amansky way to come up with a bare hand throw off that right leg. That's sweet.
I'm surprised he even threw it, right? It's always getting down the line. Wet ball, as you were mentioning. He still puts it on the money.
Evan Carter here. He's 1 for 3, a single. 6-1 Texas, 7th inning.
For those that don't know Tom Amansky, just Google it and you'll see the crime dog forever being. I approve this message.
That's right.
With his best hat I've ever seen.
That's the Wayback Machine.
Dude, I use that name a lot to this day, and people are like, Tom Amansky. I'm like, dude, if you were, I think I was in high school. We were in high school. Like, it was the coolest thing. It was how to catch a ground ball. It was like the perfect stereotypical teaching of the game.
Crime dog.
I can see both of you guys getting those in the middle.
That'll be a base hit.
Line drive base hit up the middle by Carter. Puts him on at first and second. So they have 13 hits.
Brett Boone, new hitting coach, he's feeling pretty good right about now, isn't he? 13 hits, 6 runs.
Yeah, you want to hold this. You want to keep it 6-1. You want to keep it 6-1. You got 9 outs, and you'll be down 5. You know what I'm saying? Fenway Park. A couple base runs or a blast that puts you back in the game. But those are cute little singles. Awesome. Now you need to get a big out here.
Jonah Heim, good night. 2 for 3. 287, 4 home runs for the catcher.
Strike 1. Jonah Heim.
They have had their problems with the bats, although not tonight. As they come into Fenway swinging away.
Fouled off.
They just peppered him too, right? It's been a couple of doubles. I think they're back-to-back doubles. That's the only extra base hits they've got. To your point, I mean, the last couple innings, they have gotten to Eovaldi. It looks like his night might be done anyways, but this bullpen is questionable. You mentioned at Fenway Park, looping a blast, be down 3 with a couple to go. But you got to hold him here.
I don't like the way you said park. It's Park.
What did I say?
You said Fenway Park.
Park?
You're local. It's Park. Right. Now my hit a home.
Hit a home. Fenway Park.
Armstrong all ready to pitch. And a chopper to first base. Toro back to the bag to retire the side.
And that'll be out number 3. So we enter the bottom of the 7th here in a 6-1 ball game.
It's time for the great mascot race. Ready? Go. And they're off. Look at them go. They're neck and neck. Listen to that crowd. It's the home stretch. Here they come. Here's the play of the play. It's Redbird. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Kansas City's hot. And Bobby Witt Jr. is piping high.
Big swing from the Royal superstar.
The greatest player on earth right now.
You become like a massive, massive force.
You have to work more. You have to sacrifice yourself more.
That's the type of baseball that wins come postseason. Just the team that we have, just doing things one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. It's just so much fun.
What do you have, Toronto?
I think they're a better team.
They still do have the type of talent in-house that they really can make it work.
A team that is all in on 2025. It is Ray.
2025 is going to be a big year for Bo Bichette.
This team is for real.
Their pitching rotation is the most experienced in the division with Gossman.
A swing and a miss.
Offensively, this team has what it takes. Pitching, they have what it takes to be that World Series contender.
The MLB Network podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Baseball and community go hand in hand. And with pitch, hit, and run, you can make a lasting impact. Register to showcase the foundational skills of young people.
Red Sox Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Conrad's, New England's premier IT solutions provider. And by WB Mason. Request your food service catalog today at WBMason.com. So the night over for Nathan Eovaldi. 90 pitches, 6
So Nathan
long
Eovaldi's
innings.
done.
He allows 5 hits and 1 run. He has a 6-1 lead as he departs.
Sean Armstrong's in.
And Sean Armstrong is the new pitcher.
Has a 3.21 ERA in 14 innings pitched this year. 13 games played.
Taking over the bottom of the 7th. Trevor Story, 0 for 2.
Fastball right around 93. He's got that cutter you just saw. He's got a sweeper to go with it.
Trevor 1 for 4 off him with a homer.
And Trevor Story, strike 2.
That's the pitch, Lou, though. That's the count. The 1-1 fastball. It's out of the zone. You take that. It's a 2-1 count.
Yep.
That it looks so good as a hitter, and then it's just by you now. It's a different count. 2-1, 1-2. You know, it's a different mindset.
And a right-hander's 1-2 offering. Put him away. Fastball,
And that's strike 3
to strike him out. Time for a strong play game presented by New England Chevy Dealers. Together, let's drive.
Another big strike.
I just saw a fucking Knicks fan.
7 strikeouts. He did it with everything, too. He had the split there. You see a little cutter away to Bregman. This will be another split to Carlos.
I guess it makes sense. In town for the
cutter there to Campbell.
Celtics-Knicks series. Catch a game while you're here.
He had it all work with that curveball. He had 18 swing and misses on the night for Nate.
.57% swing and miss rate on pitches outside the strike zone. 5th highest among qualifying starters. It's movement.
Hey, you know, Kev, you talk about that 1-1 count, right? That's been a big topic of discussion with this ball club. The strikeout rate early on. They've done a better job with it, but it's been not as much 2-strike approach. It's how are we getting to 2 strikes? The swing decisions to get there, as you mentioned, right? 1-1, you take that, it's 2-1, the count changes.
Liner to left field, and
that's out number 2.
2 gone.
That's been the focus. Hey, let's not miss pitches early in counts. Well, let's better swing decisions to get into better counts. And that's
the toughest thing as a hitter, right? You're trying to get in those leverage counts.
Come on.
And it's just there's certain counts in at bats. 1-1 is a huge count, right? You're still kind of keyholing. You're still sitting on something soft, whatever the sequence has been. But that 93 up looks so good. But if you can just lower that eyesight down, stay center, and it's easier said than done up here with the microphone. But 1-2 and 2-1's different.
0-1 on Carlos Narvaez, who ripped a double last time up. He's 1 for 2. Sox have lost their last 2 series. Fell behind thanks to a 5-run 4th inning tonight, 6-0. At the base, this will be Simeon to gather it, and Sox go quietly in the 7th.
So that'll bring us to the end of the 7th. We head to the 8th inning here in a 6-1 ball game.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing? My mom's cooking, probably. She makes them good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
If I went 5 for 5, I need to eat it. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me, everything's good. I say palabra.
Even a game as timeless as baseball must evolve. Only you can control your journey's evolution. It's a base hit. It's a whole new ballgame. How will your journey evolve?
This is what you can buy for $10 at KFC $10 Tuesdays. And this is what you can buy for $10 at a coffee shop.
This is coffee.
I know, it was expensive.
Get more bang for your bucket at KFC. 8 pieces of original recipe fried chicken or 8 tenders for just $10.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
Doesn't get any better than this. Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball. If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
For me, it's really important for us to establish that there.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos.
Don't miss out on Tickets and a Drink package. Ticket starts at just $20. You're going to get your first drink on us. See the Red Sox take on the Mets May 19th through the 21st. Visit redsox.com/tickets and a drink.
This man's cowboying up big time.
He had the moves, too.
Had the moves.
Feeling it. Probably had his first beer tonight. Just saying. I'm just guessing, guys. Sorry.
8th inning. Josh Young in the box. Where he's gone 0 for 3. Then it's Smith and Langford top of the order. 6 runs on 14 hits for the Rangers. A run on 5 hits for the Sox tonight. And the first of the 3-game series. Wickham continues to work out of the bullpen, fires a strike. Robert Garcia at work in their bullpen, the lefty.
Young, the only starter without a hit so far.
Yeah, those aren't fun. You got 14 hits coming to 8. You're dying to get to first base. There's always a guy in lineup, right? Talked about today when we scored, I think, 13 runs in the first against the Marlins. Trot Nixon made 2 outs in the first inning. I remember number 7. You know who? Trot was one of my favorite human beings. He's just going out there. He got a hat in the back pocket. He's 0 for 2, and Giants going to center field 2 for 2. 3 for 3, maybe. I think it was.
And he had 13. 3-2 to count. Take a look.
Everybody thought that was a ball. Pitch is way in. Usually to catch it, they don't get that one. Right? He's lined up outside. He goes way in off the plate. He gets it.
3-2 and struck him out. Still thought he had a walk.
That one there was a strike. A little backdoor slurve caught the corner, but tough goal to Josh Young.
Leadoff man Smith to get in. He's 2 for 2.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah. The one before was not.
No. See lefty Garcia out there. That's, Rafael's leading off, but then it's Duran and Devers Bochy knows Fenway Park, right? I got to get my guy out there, my best lefty. Just make sure this game stays where it is with their big hitters coming up.
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame manager. What's the number one and two things that make him a great manager?
Immediately bullpen. Immediately bullpen. His demeanor, his presence. He's a dude. I mean, if you know, listen, Dave, I appreciate you bringing me up again, but I'm going to tell you, it's about the players, and the players make the team. I was out here, you know. That's perfect. But he really is. He's a dude. He's a vet. He gets it. He's not all about rulesy. Just play. But his bullpen management is number one in my opinion. The X's and O's are X's and O's. It's now bringing dudes in to have success, and he knows, right? They got to still execute. It makes this game great. You got to have guys get out. You got to have hitters hit, but I think that's his biggest strength.
There's 3 steps ahead.
Yep.
Oftentimes.
I had him as a manager out in San Diego. It was my first time in the National League. I was a utility guy. I still had no idea. Double switch, when I'm going in, when we're going to just straight up pitch hit. Like, my head was spinning. He'd talk to you every other inning, but I had no clue. And I learned because of this man. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody better managing a game. But, boy, I tell you, that first month, I didn't even get in a game, thought I was going to get in 3 or 4. When the game was over, I was mentally done.
3-2 to Smith.
Felt like I played 18 innings some nights.
You've stretched, you've taken soft toss, you've high kneed in the cages, you got 9 gloves, because I know you had your first base glove. That's, a little awkward for you. And dude, I get it.
Like in the 5th inning, it was you may pitch hit, go in it short. 6th inning, no, you might go to second.
Oh, dude, that's great.
3-2. Line into left field and will sink down for a base hit. Smith's had a big night on base for the 4th time. CVS Health is a leading healthcare solutions company and a trusted partner for every meaningful moment of health. You can learn more at cvshealth.com. Bochy retired after 3 World Series championships with the Giants, lured back to manage by the Texas Rangers, and promptly won another World Series.
I'm walking on that. I mean, the even years with San Fran, all those years, 2000. 10, 12, 14. I mean, it was dynasty. It truly was. I mean, couldn't get by the Yankees in San Diego in the 90s.
Anchor with a bounder to Bregman to second for 1, and no chance to turn 2.
Be on number 2.
Nobody was back then. I mean, the Yankees owned that 98, 99, 2000, and then finally the Diamondbacks got to 2001.
Yankees tonight, by the way, have blown it open against San Diego. They lead 12-3.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah, it didn't take too long.
3-2, weren't they?
Yes.
Just about 18 minutes ago, Lou.
Grand slam. Here's Corey Seager. 1 for 4 tonight with a double. Texas with 15 hits to the Red Sox 5. Top half of the 8th at Fenway. Game started 31 minutes late because of the rain. Now it's just very foggy around the ballpark. And fouled away, 1-2.
Newcomb's done a great job, though, keeping the game right where it needs to be when he came in,
Alex always talks about that long guy, up 5, down 5, that roll, that long relief roll.
What the hell?
Just allows you to kind of keep your.
Why are the fire alarms going off?
Games. That's right. Fire alarm in the ballpark. That one over the head of Seager to the backstop.
Why the hell are the fire alarms going off?
On a wild one.
4 of them. 4 breaking balls at heads just on grip. We saw Evaldi do it a couple times to Bregman. Giolito did one, I think, to somebody, and then we got this one to see.
Fire alarm buzzing.
Yeah, I hear it.
And the fire alarm light triggering all around Fenway. Here comes the 2-2.
Got people plugging their ears.
And he won't bite.
What the hell is happening?
Got off the club. It's like Kevin down in Miami.
Yeah, the glow sticks. I had the glow sticks going. We go out about 2:30 in the morning because that's when they opened up. I'm like, good Lord.
Swing and a miss, took a big hack.
Why aren't they doing anything about it either? Like, I don't know, man. I was always taught when I was a kid, when a fire alarm goes off, you leave. You leave the building.
Young blood. You got Cliff Floyd and Derek Lee.
If you're currently experiencing an alarm, please remain calm as we investigate the source of the alarm.
It was 200 degrees today. I lost 14 pounds. And you want to go out at 1:30 and you get home
Probably.
at 6:30. Here we go. We got the Braves. Awesome. Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz. Sounds great.
Payoff pitch. Right at Toro. He'll handle the chance.
This is weird.
And retire the side.
So that's going to bring us to the bottom of the 8th inning.
We do not talk about this superstar enough, and that's Rafael Devers.
6 straight game with a home run.
Jarren Duran is an extra base machine. I've just always been like that guy that keeps his head down and works hard.
Swing and a miss. Crochet's got that kind of electric stuff.
This green monster is tailor-made for Alex Bregman's swing. Great fit for Bregman, great fit for the Red Sox.
This was the piece that they really needed.
The guy's a winner. He's got all the talent. The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
Swiffer Duster traps 4 times more dust for a clean even mom approves of.
Better reach.
Making hard to reach not hard at all.
So easy. I taught him that.
And with Swiffer Sweeper Dry, you can trap and lock 2 times more dirt, dust, and hair.
Nice.
Brooms can just push stuff around, but Swiffer grabs dirt and even traps the hair.
This is a weird game.
Impressive.
The mother of all cleans. Love it or your money back.
MLB All-Star Week is taking over Atlanta. Get in on the action at Capital One All-Star Village, the ultimate baseball experience for fans of all ages. Test your skills at Play Ball Park. Get immersed in MLB culture and interactive games. Stop to meet legends and grab ballpark fights. Plus, special perks for Capital One cardholders. All-Star fun is around every corner at Capital One All-Star Village, July 12th to the 15th at Cobb Galleria. Get tickets
The Yankees really just scored.
allstargaming.com.
They really just scored 10 runs in 1 inning.
50-50.
You love the game. Now you can own baseball greatness. MLB Auction lets you bid on game used and autographed bats, balls, jerseys, and more. With items added all season long from your favorite major league teams, legends, and players. Each item is MLB authenticated to ensure the item shipped directly to your home is the real deal. Want a piece of the game? Visit auctions.mlb.com.
Set on Raffaele in the box, bottom of the 8th inning. Kevin Millard, Dave O'Brien, and Lou Merlone alongside. Rangers leading at 6-1. Set on tonight is 0 for 2. He is flied out and lined out. And looks at a strike.
Sounds like they got the fire alarm
Strong
situation
into his
fixed.
second frame. Duran and then Devers will be next. Sox with just 5 hits against Texas pitching. And their staff is very good. 3.44 ERA. Their rotation's even better than that. Their problem has been scoring runs, although not tonight.
He's like,
Not
how the
lately.
fuck you do that?
At 8 on Sunday. And a little pop-up. Maybe a play here. Smith racing out Garcia as well.
Yeah, that's
Nice
out
play
number
by
1.
Smith in fair ground.
Damn. He doesn't look easy.
Likes that big glove now, doesn't he?
Yeah. Just kind of sat there. It was nice and smooth to go after it, but tougher play than he made that look. I'll tell you that. You kind of see him anytime your back's to
Got
the
something to
home
do,
plate.
yeah.
You didn't panic.
Walk
and then
away
glove
as the
went out at
door
right time.
slams. You got blood on
Falls
your
in, it's a hit.
forehead.
They've got Garcia ready to command Bruce Bochy out to the mound. And the
So we got a
Texas
pitching change
manager
here.
will make a change in front of Duran, who's set to dig in. 1 down here at the bottom of the 8th, 6-1 Texas. 1-1.
Seager is one of the best hitting shortstops in the history of baseball. He's one of my favorite players in the game. I'm a big believer in Marcus Semien.
Another lead-off shot. Marcus Semien.
Looking at our lineup, you can't get excited enough.
I take it you like the way
Rangers.
The West is all Texas, baby.
We do not talk about this superstar enough, and that's Rafael Devers.
6 straight game with a home run.
Jaron Duran is an extra base machine.
I've just always been like that guy that keeps his head down and works hard.
Swing out of his Crochet's got that kind of electric stuff.
This green monster is tailor-made for Alex Bregman's swing. Great fit for Bregman, great fit for the Red Sox.
This was the piece that they really needed.
The guy's a winner. He's got all the talent. The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is lowering them on our 2 most popular SUVs. The always adventure-ready Pathfinder and our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. From our U.S. factories to your driveway since 1983. Now get 3.9% APR for 60 months on Rogue, one of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
At MLBShop.com, you can get all the latest officially licensed merchandise for you and your family. But if you really want to level up your game, you can grab something for your dog.
Major League Baseball is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental health awareness. Free 24/7 confidential support in English and Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741. Dave?
Jemai, thank you very much. Garcia, the new pitcher. And Jaron Duran ready to hit. He's gone over 3 tonight. This guy's been tough in 17 appearances, 184 ERA. Pop to left. Langford charging over
And
near
that'll
the
go
stands,
foul.
into the seats.
This guy's been good for the Rangers out of that pen. Against lefties, it's a 2-pitch guy, right? Fastball, slider, but fastball's 94. You saw them both right there, both pitches.
Duran in this one, 2 strikeouts and a grounder back to the pitcher. Devers to follow him. Raffy with a base hit tonight. Red Sox only have 5 hits. And Garcia's 1-1. Tanner Houck tomorrow night at 6:45. Brian Bayo going on Thursday afternoon. And the Red Sox will then take off for Kansas City. Houck coming off a really strong performance.
You're going to need a big outing out of him. Really the best fastball he had all year last time out. Really kind of stuck with it. Maybe threw more than he has in the past. It was a good one. Got up to 97.
Right. He threw the ball angry.
Yeah.
1-2. And strike 3. Fastball, that froze him. Duran strikes out for the 3rd time. And 2 gone.
He can't be here
Right,
anytime
2 strikes.
soon.
Kind of protecting, maybe outer half, thinking that slider, maybe fastball way, hit it the other way, and he comes in, paints 94 in on you.
Red Sox strike out for the 9th time in the game. Raffy 1 for 2, a base hit and a walk. And a strike. Red Sox announced the minor league player of the month for April. No shock, it was Roman Anthony.
Call him up.
Brandon Clark, the lefty, was the pitcher of the month. He had a 0.63 ERA. 2 down, bases empty here in the Red Sox 8th inning. Raffy going down, sprawling. That undressed him.
Didn't hit him, but
The helmet went flying.
yeah.
Look out.
You've seen a few of these, but this was not a breaking ball.
No. This was an 0-2 fastball.
Fastballs kind of down the middle, down. Good pitches to hit for Raffy. He comes up here, and that's a little bit too high and tight.
That is at the face. line was set up away. It happened to Durant. He was set up away and he missed. And got the strike in, but that was no bueno.
Matthews 2 for 4 against this guy with a home run and a double.
Here.
Exactly.
That'll strike him out.
Struck him out. That's all for the Red Sox who have fan 10
That'll bring us to
times.
the 9th inning.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man. Go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention. Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
We do not talk about this superstar enough, and that's Rafael Devers.
Great game with a home run.
Aaron Duran is an extra base machine. I've just always been like that guy that keeps his head down and works hard.
Swing out of his. Crochet's got that kind of electric stuff.
This green monster is tailor-made for Alex Bregman's swing. Great fit for Bregman, great fit for the Red Sox.
This was the piece that they really needed.
Guy's a winner. He's got all the talent. The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
Arguably one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the game.
At 100 miles an hour, Sandy ties a career high 14 strikeouts.
This guy is a difference maker for the Marlins. He's a staff ace. He wants to take the ball, man. He has been great.
Sandy Alcantara has thrown a complete game shutout.
It's like if I faced you, you got no respect for me. Exactly.
Force at the front of rotations.
And a guy that wanted to finish what he starts.
Shutout for Sandy Alcantara.
Yordan Alvarez is just becoming this consistent hitting machine.
The big man who wears 44 is born for
Face of the franchise, everything that is Houston now.
He's top 5 in every category for the Houston Astros historically. Always good to choose. They're going to play in the LCS. There's no effort.
Late inning heroics once again.
Top 9, 6-1 Texas. Blake Krim. There's one to bat. He's grounded out. Will hit here in the 9th. In his major league debut just a few days ago against the Seattle Mariners.
Oh my God.
Texas struck first in the top half of the first inning tonight, then added 5 more as they batted around in the 4th and knocked the starter Giolito out of the ball game. The Sox only run came in the 6th inning. Early in the game, both of these teams were dodging the showers. We did have a 31-minute delay before we could start. Fly ball to Bray, who's there.
That'll be out number
Right
1.
And 1 gone. So our game summaries presented by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, celebrating 70 years in business. Nathan Eovaldi, on the other hand, was really good. Again, 6 innings, 5 hits. He struck out 7.
Yeah, it was a tough outing here for Giolito. That fastball kind of averaged around 91.5. It was another 2-pitch mix. Fastball changeup. He only threw 2 breaking balls. Eventually, the location kind of left too many balls on the middle of the plate and paid the price there in that 3rd or 4th.
Simeon's gone 2 for 4. Attendance tonight, 29,858 officially. Probably about half that many in the ballpark. And the 0-2. Yankees have run away from the Padres 12-3 in the 8th inning.
That was as quick as I've seen it flip. We were talking 3-2 in the 7th. The next thing you know, it says 12-3.
High fly to center.
And that'll be caught for out number 2.
2 down.
Nobody's Red Sox Game Day live tomorrow at 6. We're going to preview the matchup between Tanner Houck and Tyler O'Malley, only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360, presented by Plymouth Rock. I'm surprised to see Chris Martin up there. 6-1 game.
alongside Caleb Bosley. Two away for Garcia, who will hit it hard, and
that'll be a base hit.
And scoots off into left field. Really smoked though by Garcia. And that should be another hit, which would be his third.
That ball smoked. One of those do or die trying to get that pick. Nothing else he can do other than make a remarkable play and hit that top spin, Lulu. Just kind of, it's a riser.
You're not getting in front of that.
No.
The in-between hop, that's pretty much all you can do. But again, we go back to a lineup that was supposedly struggling coming in. Garcia wasn't swinging it. You mentioned it.
Strike one.
Simeon wasn't swinging it. He's got a couple. Jock Peterson, he's got a couple.
16 hits today. That ties the season high for the Rangers. So all of a sudden, they're getting better. And also ties the season high for hits allowed by the Red Sox. Evan Carter, he's looking for his third hit. That one fading, but here comes Abreu sliding to make the play. He takes away a hit for out number 3. Best defensive play of the night for the Red Sox, but they're down 6-1.
Yordan Alvarez is just becoming this consistent hitting machine.
The Quickman, who wears 44, is born for
Face of the franchise, everything that is Houston now. He's top 5 in every category for the Houston Astros historically. Always just assume they're going to play in the ALCS. There's no effort.
late inning heroics once again. He's a legend.
Off Base is in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, all season long, only on MLB Network.
Here's Big Mike. And this ball's launched deep center field. Way back. And we got ourselves a tie ball game. Second time. Big Mike has gotten after 103.
That went off the back wall of the Reds bullpen in the deepest part of the ballpark.
457 feet, challenge fly. Big Mike hit that a lot farther. 107.4 miles an hour.
You know, it was Boston losing in the rain.
There's going to be a dent.
It's not raining anymore.
This is the Phillies' division to win. Everybody knows their role within the team. They're motivated collectively to go after that World Series ring. Bryce Harper is one of the great faces of our sport.
And they are called the Rangers. So I guess it makes sense.
StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud.
Yeah, here's that 5-1 fourth inning right here. Started off with back-to-back ground rule doubles by Singer and Peterson, and Jock obviously having the 109.8 exit velo there, but you can see this was the big inning and found a few holes, a few line drives, and a few ground roll doubles. 5-run fourth to set the tone of this game.
And the Rangers hanging on to a 6-1 lead.
It's the Red Sox last chance. Actually, it has started drizzling again a little bit. Like mist.
Factor early as we were delayed 31 minutes before we could start the game. Now comes Chris Martin. Off to a nice start with his new team, former Red Sox. 16 appearances. He is 0-4, but a .230 earned run average.
Yeah, Boch going to his two guys. Garcia the lefty, Martin the righty. Now he's got 8 holds on the year. Making his 17th appearance. You know he's going to throw strikes.
Bregman in. Alex extending his on-base streak to 18 in a row with a double in the 6th inning. He has scored the only Red Sox run. There's Christian Campbell singled to bring him in. And popped up on the infield. Simeon. Around second base.
That'll be out number 1.
One away in the Red Sox 9th. So, Bregman tonight 1 for 4.
Yeah, he won that pitch back. Got the cutter, and then got the 94 mile an hour there.
Is Campbell now 1 for 3, an RBI single.
This game is so confusing, man.
Tonight would not only
Starts off
under 500,
half-hour delay, 31-minute delay to start the game. And then as you start the game, it's pouring down rain anyway, so it's like, why did you even delay it if you were going to just play in the rain anyway? Continued to play in the rain, and then dumb shit happened in the first few innings. You know, that wild pitch that scored the run. And then huge, what was that, the 4th inning for the Rangers. And then the fire alarm situation. That was weird. That weird play. Abraham Toro tried to go for a double, got tagged out at second.
Right now 1 and 3 in May. 0-2. And in there to catch him looking. 2 down. This one has been all Texas tonight. Between Nathan Eovaldi and that 5-run 4th inning, the 16 hits. And now Abreu is 0 for 3.
Abreu's in.
It's going to be easier tomorrow with Malley. 7 starts, got a 1.19. As good as Nate's been recently, Malley's been better.
And that'll drop down for a base hit.
So Wilyer Abreu salvages his 9. He's got a single with 2 down.
Saves a night.
Yeah.
Right? It's about what that is. You're down 6-1 here.
Yep.
0 for 3 going into it. Drop a little broken bat knock.
Hit today keeps the doctor away.
Trevor Story looking for his. He's 0 for 3. Runner at first, 2 down. Bottom of the 9th. Runner will take off. And ball 1.
1-0. Will he just steal second? Yeah, Will he just stole second base?
No stolen base. It's defensive indifference.
Oh, no, defensive indifference? Okay. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I've never even heard of that. I mean, I'm probably dumb for never hearing that, but I've literally never heard that.
Ball and a strike on Trevor. Texas with 16 hits. Red Sox with 6 tonight.
Strike 2.
Got by him 1 and 2. Chris Martin trying to end it. Put the Rangers into the win column. For Texas, a victory for Bruce Bochy's team would get them back to 500. At 18 and 18.
Put us under 500.
And Martin ready. 2 down. 1-2.
And that'll be ball 2. So 2-2 count.
Ball's still popping out of Martin's hand, man. He's been doing it a long time, right? Just sinker, cutter, split. 95. You can hear that glove pop up here.
It's all around that white box, too. Not too much down the middle.
2-2.
Ball 2.
6 miles
or strike 2 once again. Fouled off.
He puts him right down the middle. So that's what we're talking about too, right? Like that right there. This at bat should be over, right? That ball should be put in play. He missed pitches now. Don't worry about him painting the corner on him.
Bray with the lead away from second. 2-2 from Martin. Swing and a miss.
And that's strike 3. That'll end the game.
The Red Sox have lost 5 of their last 6, and they
Red Sox lose 6-1
They are 18 and 19
to the Texas Rangers.
Yeah,
That'll bring my record this season to 4-5, and my all-time record to 35 and 38.
Definitely a Rangers night.
Yeah, two teams kind of coming in off the off day, kind of struggling. One team kind of showed up here tonight. Now it's the Sox' turn tomorrow night to kind of turn the page a little bit and try to get this offense going.
Stay tuned for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. TC and Jim break it all down, the key plays in tonight's defeat, and preview Tanner Houck's start tomorrow. That and more coming up in 1 minute.
Fuck. That fucking sucks.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales, and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is
So,
lowering
yeah.
them on our two most popular
Red
SUVs.
Sox lose 6-1 to the Rangers.
Always adventure-ready Pathfinder.
For
And
the
our
Rangers
best-selling
tonight.
hit, a consumer Best Buy 11 years in a row.
Adolis Garcia had an RBI, Wyatt Langford had an RBI, Jock Peterson had an RBI, and Josh Smith had an RBI.
Now get 3.9% APR for 60 months on road. One of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Kansas City's hot. And Bobby Witt Jr. is piping hot.
Nathan Eovaldi got the win, his third win on the year, bringing his record to 3-2. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, walked 1 batter, struck out 7, has a 2.03 ERA. Shard Armstrong pitched an inning and a third, struck out 1, has a 2.93 ERA. Robert Garcia pitched 2/3 of an inning, struck out 2, has a 1.76 ERA. And then Chris Martin pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 2, has a 2.16 ERA. For the Red Sox, Christian Campbell had an RBI, and that was the only Red Sox run on the night. Lucas Giolito got the loss, his first loss on the year, bringing his record to 0-1. He pitched 3 2/3 innings, gave up 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, walked 1, struck out 2, and has an 8.38 ERA. Brennan Bernardino pitched an inning and a third, gave up 2 hits, struck out 4, has a 2.08 ERA. And then Sean Newcomb pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, walked 1 batter, struck out 3, and has a 3.62 ERA. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 46 minutes. The game was started by a 31-minute rain delay. And, yeah. So, I'm going to end this shit right here. I'll be live for the Red Sox tomorrow at 6:35. I want to thank you guys for watching, and peace out.